When the Atlanta Braves peer into their recent past, do they see shades of the Philadelphia Phillies? The Braves have already patented the worst to first storyline. They built a champion on young, hard-throwing starting pitchers, and they played with a take-no-prisoners disposition. Now it is the Phillies trying to write that same script with a different ending. This afternoon, an early wake-up call. It's getaway day for the Phillies and the Braves. Next. The Phils look for win number 50 on getaway day at Veterans Stadium next. Hi again, everybody. I'm Larry Rosen. Welcome to Phillies baseball exclusively on Prism. A big game. The Phillies looking to even their season series against Atlanta at 3 games apiece. They are off to Pittsburgh and St. Louis later on in the week. They'd like to go away on a good note. A good pitching matchup today for the Philadelphia Phillies. Ben Rivera has done just enough to win of late, including a 5-inning victory over Florida against John Smoltz, who does everything well except win for the Atlanta Braves. And stay tuned, coming up next with their thoughts on today's Business Person Special. Stand by. Jay Johnston and Chris Wheeler coming up right after this.
The best in the East meets the best in the West in a July baseball showdown, and you could be there thanks to WOGLAM and Prism. One lucky fan will win a Press Club dinner and 4 field box seats for the Phillies-Giants game on July 8th. And you'll win an autographed jersey from Darren Dalton, baseball's best catcher, East or West. Just listen to Talkin' Baseball on WOGLAM every weekday from 6 to 7 p.m. for your chance to win Phillies tickets and enter the grand prize drawing. It's the best way to see the East-West showdown from WOGLAM and Prism.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Veterans Stadium Business Person Special number 2, the Phillies and the Braves this afternoon. Jay, put yourself in Pete Incaviglia's spot last night. You're in the on-deck circle. Darren Dalton gets walked in front of you. What do you feel like?
Well, when you hit the home run, you feel great. As you saw Pete Incaviglia, as he ran around the bases, he was jubilant. He was chattering to himself. He gave that little movement. But I've been in situations where the percentages are where Bobby Cox walked Dutch Dalton to pitch Incaviglia, and it works. You look at Dalton's record going into last night. It hit safely in 8 out of 9 games, well over 300. So for a percentage move by Bobby Cox, a manager of the Braves, it should work. But last night, Incaviglia foiled him. He hit the home run, and it's an exciting feeling for a player because you've foiled the manager, you've gone against the percentages, and you've done something to help your team either go ahead or maybe win a game.
Well, the Phillies need to win this afternoon. They haven't lost a series at home all year. We'll be back with the starting lineups coming up right after this.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your bud. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. By Texaco System 3 gasolines. In every grade, System 3 helps make a difference in your car's performance. By Coca-Cola, it's always Coca-Cola. By Cento Fine Italian Foods, the company that says trust your family with our family. By Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Carry us for life.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons. Bert sells wacky gifts. Bob sells wacky gifts. Bert delivers, Bob delivers. So if Bob's got everything Bert's got, why is Bert busy and Bob not? Now, do you suppose Bert's got a big color ad in the book 9 out of 10 people use? The genuine Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
Why did you order a Coke? It tastes good.
Didn't care if it was a Coke. You just want to
I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
Hear that, guys? A Coca-Cola. See ya, pal. Oh.
And back here at Veterans Stadium, Chris Wheeler with Jay Johnstone, Gary Maddox along later, and your Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves, managed by Bobby Cox. Deion Sanders in center field, Jeff Blauser the shortstop, Terry Pendleton at third base, David Justice back in the lineup in right field, Ron Gant in left field, Sid Bream the first baseman, Greg Olson will catch today and bat seventh, Mark Lemke is the second baseman, and on the mound just 6 and 6 on the year, but with great numbers, John Smoltz.
And for the defense, Kim Batiste at third base, Mariano Duncan at second, Mickey Morandini at, did I say Duncan at second? He'll be at short, Morandini at second, Kruk at first, Incaviglia in left, Dykstra in center, and Jim Eisenreich in right. Behind the plate, Darren Dalton on the mound, all the way from England, Big Ben Rivera.
There he is, 6'6", 230-pounder. Ben now 24 years of age. Braves first-round pick, an amateur pick back in November of 1986. Phillies got him in a deal with the Braves for right-hander Donnie Elliott. The umpires for this afternoon's game, a young umpire behind home plate, is Jeff Kellogg. Paul Runge, the veteran crew chief, at first base. Charlie Relaford is at second, and at third base, Dana DeMute. Ben Rivera 6-3 on the year with a 4.16 earned run average, coming off a start last time where he won against the Florida Marlins here at Veterans Stadium 7-3. He pitched 5 innings in that game, gave up 6 hits, did not walk about it for the first time this year. Struck out 4, had to leave the game after the 5th inning when he was involved in a collision at first base and banged up his right elbow a little bit. So we get started on this beautiful afternoon with prime time, Deion Sanders. And the pitch to him is over for a strike. Sanders in the center of some controversy around this Atlanta ball club because Otis Nixon has been cut out of some playing time and he's unhappy and wants to get out of here. And Deion has not hit much since starting. He is 198 hitter in 27 games as a starter, and since coming back on May 21st, batting just 194.
Well, Chris, there's been a lot of controversy, as you said, because Sanders not happy with his playing time, trying to decide whether he wanted to be a full-time baseball player or leave in sometime in August and go play football for the Falcons. Well, finally came to terms with the Braves on a new 3-4-year agreement for $11 million. He will be with the Braves as a full-time baseball player all the way through the championship season and then join the Atlanta Falcons whenever that may be.
Ben Rivera came out and threw him a lot of breaking balls. He didn't want to throw him the fastball early in the ball game, and Sanders hits the curveball to right fielder Eisenreich, 1 out in the game.
Sanders pretty much a straight fastball hitter, trying to adjust to a breaking ball. So the Phillies don't want to give him really anything down the chute he can handle. There you see the isolated motion of Rivera with the breaking ball, and that's what Sanders hit, and he lined it out to Eisenreich.
Jeff Blauser the batter. Blauser the shortstop, having an outstanding season at .325, batting .368 on the road. He's player of the week in the month of May from the 3rd through the 10th. Rivera throws a good fastball by him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ben lifetime is 13-7 with an earned run average of 3.47 against his old team Atlanta. 1-0 in 3 games. He won a game here at the Vet last year against Atlanta. 1 ball, 1 strike to Blauser. Strike 2 call. The on-deck batter is Pendleton.
Got to tell you a little story about Blauser. I was filming one of my blooper shows down in Florida, Chris, and I was doing it in Vero Beach, home of the Dodgers, and we did it with Tommy Lasorda. And Tommy asked me, when you go down to West Palm, he said, check out this young shortstop they got named Blauser. This is when the Dodgers were looking for a shortstop. So I came back and I saw him play down there, and I said, you know, it looks like he's got pretty good hands. He hit a ball in the gap. You know, look like line drive power. So they decided not to make the deal for Blauser.
Swing and a miss, struck him out with a good fastball.
And look where they are now. They've been looking for a shortstop for about 4 years.
And Blauser's really come on to be a good player with Atlanta.
What a deal they did make. Look at this fastball right there. All power, power against power. This time Rivera won right by Blauser.
I guess they didn't like your scouting report, huh?
Or they didn't believe me, but I thought this kid had some pretty good hands. You know, he was green, but when he hit a ball in the gap the opposite way, showed me he had a little line drive power the opposite field, and I gave a pretty good report on him. They just did not make the deal, and that, of course, was part of Fred Clare when he started taking over, and he wanted to bring up some of his young players. They made the deal for Alfredo Griffin, had him for a while. And so consequently, Dodgers been looking for a shortstop for a number of years. They've got a young kid there now that really just hasn't matured yet.
And Offerman, line drive to right. It is a foul ball. Pendleton got out in front of a breaking ball and hit it foul. Pendleton's been a hot hitter lately. .316 in his last 44 games. Got off to a terrible start, but has batted safely in 7 out of 19. And his average at .253 doesn't sound like much for a guy like Pendleton, but it is quite an improvement over what he'd been doing early in the year. 2 outs, nobody on base, just underway in business person special number 2. Huge crowd expected here this afternoon. There's a base hit for Pendleton. Incaviglia backs up on it, gets it on 2 hops. Pendleton's going to go to second. Here's Inky's throw. He got him. Pendleton tried to slide around the outside of the bag and overslid the bag, and Morandini stayed with him, and they got him at second base.
Incaviglia came up, made a nice throw, but the play was really made by Morandini. Instead of a quick tag, he waited and stayed with Pendleton all the way as Pendleton tried to slide to the shortstop side, and Morandini stayed right with Pendleton all the way. Nice play by both Incaviglia and Morandini as they take Atlanta out of the inning.
You gotta hit the ground running.
We interrupt this Quality Plus Ford dealer commercial for this Truck Month announcement. During the last 10 days of June, you can still qualify for an extra $500 cash back on #1 selling Ford F-Series pickups. You must work for or own a business, but hurry, it's for these last 10 days only. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today, cause when the clock strikes 9 p.m. June 30th, an extra $500 cash back on Ford F-Series pickups ends.
We are all in here together. We will pull your weight, or we will make you wish you had. Ooh, ah, yeah. Ooh, ah.
And how do we like our new roommates now, Mr. Bean?
I like them fine.
I like them fine, Sergeant.
Now do anything.
Ooh, ah, feel.
Come out of there right now. Damn you.
You're really pushing him.
I ain't pushing anybody. I'm just not backing off.
When you're thirsty, you need a diet squirt. Because there's nothing like our refreshing blend of citrus flavors. Give your thirst a diet squirt.
Pete Incaviglia got caught in between here, had to take this on the second hop. Pendleton sees this and tries to stretch it. Incaviglia has a very strong arm. 1 hop to Morandini. Pendleton tries to go around the bag. Morandini missed him and then came back and got him. And they call him out at second base. Good play by Pete Incaviglia. Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for the Phils. Managed by Jim Fregosi, has Lenny Dykstra in center field. Mariano Duncan, the shortstop. John Kruk at first. Darren Dalton will catch. Incaviglia in left. Jim Eisenreich, the right fielder. Kim Batiste back at third. Mickey Morandini at second. On the mound, Ben Rivera.
And for the defense, at third base, Terry Pendleton. By the way, I don't have a problem. That was a hustling play. Pendleton just happened to get caught out. Jeff Blauser at short. Mark Lemke at second. Sid Bream at first. In the outfield, Ronnie Gant, Deion Sanders, and Dave Justice will be over in right. Greg Olson behind the plate, and the young 25-year-old John Smoltz. Darn good pitcher on the mound.
There is John Smoltz, 6'3", 185 pounds. Jay said young. He's only 25 years of age, out of Warren, Michigan. Signed as a free agent, an amateur free agent by Detroit. That was back in September of 1985. Came over here to Atlanta for Doyle Alexander, believe it or not.
Oh, nice trade.
The Tigers going for the pennant one year and traded Smoltz for Doyle Alexander. Lenny Dykstra leading the league in runs by plenty now over Barry Bonds. John Kruk right in there, and Darren Daulton, as the Phillies, of course, as a team, lead the league in runs when you have 3 of them up in the top 4. Pretty good shot at that. Dykstra will tell you that one of the toughest pitchers in the league on him is John Smoltz, even though he's a right-hander. Lenny lifetime is 296 off him, but has a lot of respect for Smoltz.
Well, that's because he's got 4 good pitches: fastball, curve, slider, split finger. He'll use his split finger a lot when he's ahead in the count. His slider's very quick and tight. It's got a good bite. His curveball sometimes gets a little flat. That's a good pitch that the left-handers can hit if he gets it up. And he's got a good moving fastball. He's got command of all those pitches. That's why at a young age of 25, he's one of the better pitchers in the National League. And usually most pitchers don't reach their peak of maturity to somewhere between 27, 28, 29 years old. This kid's way ahead of everyone else.
And Dykstra, who's been so patient lately, walking in a number of games. He scored at least 1 run in 15 straight games.
Well, the thing that really impresses me about Lenny, Chris, is the fact that he's got 55 walks already on the year. And that tells me that's just like another 55 base hits. That's why the Phillies, who walk so well as a team, lead the league in on-base percentage.
And there he goes again. John Smoltz in his last outing walked 4, struck out 7 in 7 innings. He's walked 47 overall, now 48 with Dykstra's leadoff walk. And that'll bring up Mariano Duncan back in the starting lineup today after missing 2 games with a strained hamstring.
We're talking about Smoltz back in 1989. In his first full major league season, he became the youngest Braves pitcher ever to make the All-Star team at age 22.
Has a very good move to first. Dykstra will have to be aware of that. Lenny has stolen 21 bases on the year, 13 consecutive stolen bases. And Duncan takes a pitch over for a strike.
I think that's one thing that Hank King, our Phillies advanced scout, made very clear in his scouting report, that Smoltz, as you said, Chris, very quick to first base, doesn't hesitate at all. And when he goes over there the first time, it's usually to try and get somebody.
Good breaking ball. He is so tough on right-handed batters because he has an outstanding slider and curveball. And Duncan swings through that. Mariano, we have him on radio a lot of times on Sundays as star of the game because he's such a good daytime hitter. This year, 320 in the daytime. Seems like he has big Sunday afternoon games all the time. See what he does on a business person special. There's another one. Nasty breaking ball, and he struck him out with it.
Boy, that is some kind of curveball. We'll show it to you again. Watch how much this ball breaks. It starts out from the inside of the plate to Duncan, breaks down and away out of the strike zone. Look where Olson has to catch it. He has to backhand it almost on the dirt. That's about a 15-inch break.
John Kruk, the batter, leading the league in walks and on-base percentage, second in hitting to Andres Galarraga at .358.
You see those kind of curveballs, you want to take a paddle or an oar or something there to hit it from the right side. As we take a look at the batting leaders, look at Galarraga.
And Galarraga missed a lot of time, but he has really been smoking since he came back.
And what a park to have to hit in Colorado in that light air. What are they, over 5,000 feet or something?
Yeah, a little 16-13 game there last night. That's all.
It's like Little League, you know. Can you imagine the ERAs of those pitchers at the end of the year? They'll be skyrocketing in somewhere in the atmosphere.
Bruce Ruffin and Andy Ashby, the former Phils, pitched a combined total of 3 innings last night, gave up 10 earned runs. It's just such a tough park to pitch.
That's great for the ERA. I know they had an old-timers game there about 2 weeks ago, and Amos Otis hit 2 home runs, 1 in the upper deck.
Kruk has a lifetime home run off Smoltz. He's a .226 lifetime batter. Here's some of these numbers. And not too many hitters do a whole lot with Kruk, and yet the Phillies have had, or with Smoltz, and yet the Phillies have had pretty good luck with him lately. 3 balls and no strikes on Kruk. As we mentioned, he does lead the league in walks. Darren Daulton waiting on deck.
You know, another reason why the Phillies have good success against pitchers like John Smoltz is the fact that the Phillies hitters are good mistake hitters. If you make a mistake to one of these guys, just not Kruk. I mean, you make a mistake to Incaviglia, Daulton, Kruk, Dykstra, they're going to hit it, and they're going to hit hard, and they're going to get base hits. And the fact is their patient is right there. You see John Crook, who on the year already had 58 walks. They're not afraid to take a couple pitches, take a strike to look for a pitch that they can hit. And if a pitcher can't get a ball in that location, he misses, he makes a mistake. These guys are all over it like it's ice cream sundae.
And you could see that Dykstra showed no signs of running, and they were leaving the hole open for him, but also wary of Smoltz's move.
I think that does play a big part in it, because like you said, he really does have a very quick move to first base. He doesn't waste any throws over there. He goes right for the jugular. If he's throwing to first, he's going to get you.
Darren Daulton, second in the league in runs batted in with 57, tied for third in walks, 54. 3 for 14 for a 4 for 27 lifetime hitter off this guy. Smoltz just 148. 2 of the hits are homers, and he's knocked in 4 runs against Smoltz. There are those RBI leaders.
Wow, Matt Williams must love Barry Bonds, don't you think?
Huh.
He ought to take him out about every other night for dinner.
He has a slight muscle pull right now. Williams came out of the game Monday night. Last night he just pinch hit, so he hasn't played much in the last 2 games against San Diego. Andy Bennis pitched very well against the Giants last night. Watched that game at home, and the Giants finally lost the game. They lost 2-1 at home at Candlestick. Daulton tries to check. Pitch was over anyway, according to Jeff Kellogg, the home plate umpire. 1-1 to Dutch.
Had a nice conversation with Bobby Cox about the Giants yesterday, and the fact that he said that they talk about Barry Bonds. Yes, he's made a difference. They talk about their pitching. He says, but really the key to the Giants' success this year is their defense.
Yeah, and the Atlanta Braves come into play today, ranked as the #1 defensive team statistically in the league. But I know what you're saying. The Giants are very good defensively. There's Bobby Cox. Atlanta with the best defensive percentage in the league, also the best earned run average. Phillies are 3rd.
Everybody keep thinking that Atlanta will overcome the Giants because of their great pitching, but Giants don't show any indication of folding yet.
Breaking ball, did he check? Yes, says Dana DeMute. Smoltz thought he went. He thought the pitch was a strike anyway. Smoltz thought he got jobbed 2 ways.
Right, that's twice that Dutch has done that. Daulton has just got in front of the plate. Bobby Cox is not happy about it. The theory behind that is if your bat crosses the plane of the plate, it has to go across the plate now. You can stop it right at the plate. It has to go across in front of it. Then it's a strike. And it looked like Daulton just did stop his bat before it went across the plate.
3 balls and 1 strike now on Daulton. Fastball hit hard to center field, a base hit. Dykstra is coming around. He'll score. On his way to third is Crook. Deion Sanders' throw is strong but late. And the Phillies have a run in. Runners at the corners now with 1 out. And Darren Daulton has 58 runs batted in.
Boy, you talk about AstroTurf base hits on a hot day. Watch the location of this fastball. It's right out over the plate, running away from Daulton, but Daulton, a very good low ball hitter, went right down and got it, and he hit it so hard that the second baseman, Mark Lemke, really only had to take 2 steps, and it was by him. There that you see the throw by Sanders, a 1 hop, but Crook off and running on the play. And now the pitching coach will come out and have a little chat with John Smoltz.
Leo Mazzoni on his way out, and I think he's going to talk to Smoltz as much anything right now about his temper and the way he's feeling about pitches that have been called early in this game as anything else, because Smoltz might be beating himself in this situation. There's Daulton with that 58th RBI. He was very unhappy with some pitches that he threw to Crook that were not called strikes, and he was unhappy about that check swing by Daulton, and so was the manager, Bobby Cox.
Well, those are very questionable. Like you say, it could go either way. And the fact that the Phillies are here at home, they may have gotten a break. Maybe in another situation, they may have been called strikes. But you're right, at a tender age of 25, sometimes that can upset a young pitcher, and it's quick of Bobby Cox to send his pitching coach out there.
Pete Incaviglia, the batter, the hero of last night. What a difference when a right-handed batter gets up there, huh?
You see the big break on his curveball. Like you said, that's one of his better pitches as we look at Johnny at third base. Crook taking the lead off there. There's Darren Daulton at first base.
Incaviglia 0 for 7 lifetime off Smoltz. Not too many right-handed batters are going to wear this guy out. He keeps throwing that breaking ball. That one Incaviglia took. It's 1-1. Phillies have a shot for another run with a fly ball here. And Incaviglia is the guy to knock in runs. What a job he's been doing knocking in runs. 47 RBIs in 48 games. Obviously the best ratio on this club and on most clubs. They chased it, bounced away from Olson, but not far enough for Kruk to score. You know, it's almost like he knows he's going to get them, and he's still going to chase them.
Well, I think it might also be very tough to pick up the breaking ball here in this daylight. You can see Incaviglia really swinging at balls not even close. And sometimes you play a night game, you come back the next day where it's really bright. You've got a lot of multicolored shirts in the outfield. It's a little tough to pick up a big breaking curveball that a guy like John Smoltz has. And you can see how far Incaviglia is missing some of these pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Got him. He just stayed after him with those pitches, and he finally got him. Strikeout number 2, both on right-handed batters, and now Eisenreich will hit.
All breaking balls to Incaviglia here. The ball just out of the strike zone. Incaviglia going after it. Not making any excuses for him. It's just sometimes from the right side with a big breaking curveball on a day game after night game. Very tough to pick up.
Jim Eisenreich on a 12-game hitting streak at a .362 clip. And the breaking ball misses inside. A left-handed batter up there now, and Eisenreich happy to be batting from the left side after seeing what these right-handed hitters are going through. Smoltz is tied for 4th in the league with strikeouts, coming in at 85 now, of course, with 87 of them. He is a strikeout pitcher, and there's the breaking ball. He checks on it, but it's over. He'll throw the curveball more to the left-handed hitters and the harder breaking ball to the right-handed batters, and he also throws that split finger pitcher talking about, Jay, to left-handed hitters.
He'll use that really when he's ahead in the count. And he does go for the strikeout. Last year he led the National League in strikeouts with 215.
To Breen. So the Phillies get 1 and could have had more, but they'll settle for that. In the inning, the Phillies pick up a run on just 1 hit. No errors, and they lead 2. 1-0 Phils after 1.
Did you know Texaco puts System 3 in every grade of gasoline?
System 3 gets high marks in every grade, which is a lot better than I ever did.
My dad says Texaco puts System 3 in every grade. I'm in the 4th grade.
Of course. That's why I always fill up with System 3. What do I look like? Don't say it.
Visit your Texaco station.
I can get the tires rotated, the car lubed, and still get home in time for the game.
Mow the lawn.
For unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
Mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You know he's not perfect, but on certain days in his life, he has been. The night he poured in 63 points, the time he crushed 3 home runs in the World Series, the day he found Dwight Clark in the end zone. And you wish at some point, at some moment in your life, you could be that perfect too. And that's why you cheer for him. That's why you believe in heroes.
The Phillies are making fireworks during the games, and we've got 2 spectacular fireworks shows after the San Diego games. Friday, July 2nd, when a doubleheader starts at 4:35, and Saturday, July 3rd at 7:05. Then all kids 14 and under get a free batting helmet when the series wraps up Sunday night, July 4th at 8:05. 2 fireworks spectaculars, free batting helmets, great baseball. Call 463-1000.
Hi, everybody. Do you like Italian food like I do? Well, if you do, you got to go to your favorite supermarket. Look on that shelf. It's got all those great Italian foods there, and about 100 of them have the word Cento on it. They've got all kinds of products at your local supermarket. You can find them anywhere. So if you can't, ask the grocer. And for every home run that is hit by the Phillies this year, Cento has offered to donate and has donated $200 to the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic, a very favorite clinic of one of our prison producers, Gary Maddox, who's in the booth with us. In fact, this year already, they've donated $14,800 to the Child Guidance Clinic. And Phillies lead the National League in home runs with 74, looking to add to that today. So hopefully we can just get all kinds of money this year from Cento.
There's a guy that Phillies clinic really want to get back. Dave Hollins is coming along quite well, thank you.
Yeah, he's even started working out. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, he's going to start swinging the bat by the weekend. There's Batiste, who's been playing a good job. Doing a good job at third base in his absence. Happy 15th birthday to Justina Pataccio. Justin's grandfather works the elevator here in the press area at Veterans Stadium. The first pitch is over for a strike. And to John Santini of South Philadelphia. He's a nephew of Sal Amaradio. Oh, a little divine intervention today.
Yes, we do.
Sal works down there near the Phillies clubhouse as one of the security guys. So happy birthday to those 2 folks. Justice was here last night. His wife had some physical problems back in Atlanta. He went down there and then returned yesterday. Did not play last night. Back in the lineup today.
Well, they need this guy to hit for them to get on track. And he started to a little bit. He started out so bad at the beginning of the year.
I think streaky really applies to David.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
He's a guy, if you run into him when he's hot, look out. But he can be pitched to. Boy, is he strong. Look at this. And Kruk goes back and catches it. Look where the barrel of that bat winds up.
Help, help. He's getting out of the way. Kruk, good thing Kruk had to make a play on that, because Justice swung on a pitch coming inside, and you could see the bat just break right in half. And if Kruk had not had to go back for this little pop fly, he'd have been doing a little tap dance to get out of the way of that one. So.
There goes the bat back.
There's some firewood for somebody.
Happy anniversary today, number 54, though, to Tom and Claire Roth, who watch all our ball games. We thank them for that. And happy 30th to Prism's Doug Stover, who's working the videotape today. Gant hits a shot to left. Fair or foul? It is a foul ball into the stands. Gant, a notorious first ball fastball hitter, and he's up there hacking.
Well, that's the kind of guy, when you got a guy like that, remember like Joe Morgan and those guys, they went after that first pitch fastball. Got to be a little careful on how you give it, where you give them that fastball. Sometimes you want to maybe put it off the plate somewhere and hope they swing at a bad pitch.
He broke his bat.
Well, that pitch looked like it might have been a little up and in, and Gant tried to tomahawk it. That old, what do they call it, the Atlanta chop. He tried to tomahawk it out of here and pulled it foul, but he hit it somewhere around the label. It still got down to the 330 sign.
Rivera's come out with good control so far today. As we mentioned, his last start, he did not walk a batter for the first time this year. Trying to maintain that this afternoon. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ron Gant. Misses low. Been out of the Atlanta system and likes to pitch against his former mates, and has pitched well against them.
I think that's probably one of the biggest inconsistencies that Johnny Padres has with Ben Rivera, is the fact that he does walk a lot of guys. But he's still young yet. You know, he's maturing. He's learning.
Very high pop up. Here comes Batiste off the line. He squeezes it 2 down.
Nice pitch by Rivera. He had a fastball at Gant that he ran a little bit in on him. Pitch was up in the strike zone with a lot of mustard on it. Unless you can really get on top of that fastball at a guy that throws over 90 miles an hour, it's a very tough pitch to hit. Gant didn't. He popped it up.
Sid Bream, the batter. Pennsylvania native. Sid at 241 with 6 homers, 24 runs. Been in the off-injured Sid Bream, but a very steady player when they get him in the lineup.
This is one of those guys in baseball, folks, that probably every year is in line to receive an award for the nice guy award somewhere from somebody. One of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet. Had the chance to play with him in '85 when he was with the Dodgers. And just really a peach of a guy, and does a lot of things in the community, and says things like shucks and gosh darn.
Fouled away down the line. Incaviglia will run over, but he'll run out of room. You just saw by those numbers on there too, he's also been a very good lifetime hitter against the Phillies, and he's been hot lately. 10 for his last 22. Birthday wishes to Dan Histon this afternoon, and also to Joseph Treathen, a supervisor here at the ballpark. Beautiful day. The crowd still filtering in, a late arriving crowd. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. He struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Ben. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. To the bottom of the second. Phil's 1, the Braves nothing.
Look at the Chevy CK 1500. Then look at the competition. CK has a refined independent front suspension. Ford's goes back to the days of LBJ. CK gives you 24-hour roadside assistance. Try getting that with the Dodge Ram 150. Wondering whether Toyota T100 has a V8 like we do? Maybe that's why the competition doesn't even show up. Because nothing compares to a Chevy pickup. That's why your local Chevy Geo dealers are really kicking tailgate.
Budweiser and the Phillies are celebrating the 4th of July holiday weekend with the Bud Summer Baseball Bash. It's a special tent party outside Veterans Stadium on Monday, July 5th before the Phillies-Dodgers game. Right now, be the 17th caller to 1-800-432-1745 and win 4 tickets to the party and the game. You'll join us for food, music, and surprises, and then watch the Phillies play the Dodgers. It's the Bud Summer Baseball Bash with Budweiser and the Phils. So bring on the Dodgers and bring on the Bud.
It's out there. Tonight's winning daily number is out there. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and play it. The Pennsylvania Lottery's daily number. Don't forget to play every day.
It's a big league-looking batting helmet, free for kids 14 and under when the Phillies play the Padres Sunday, July 4th at 8:05. Celebrate July 4th at a Phillies game and get a batting helmet free. Call 463-1000.
And Kim Batiste, the batter, on a 5-game hitting streak, batting .306 in the 12 games he's filled in for Dave Hollins at third. And you know he's going to see that breaking ball from Smoltz. And he starts him with a fastball. He had to go up there and just think, well, I'll take that first ball, breaking ball. And Smoltz thinks, well, let's start him with a fastball.
Yeah, but look where he put it, on the outside corner in the black at the knees.
And now here it comes. And he pops it up. Shallow center. Long run Sanders. And he's there and makes the play, one away.
It's Phillies Dream Week time again. It's your chance to live, learn, laugh, and play with the pros in this February in Clearwater. Just imagine yourself with Lazinski, Taylor, Tekulve, Boa, and Wheeler. By the way, folks, the first week is already gone, and the second week is rapidly filling up. See that number on your screen? Call it, because we have a ball down there. They put you up on the beach. I mean, forget it. Just being on the beach down there in Clearwater, Florida in February is great.
They're sitting in the office right now, 938-12.
That's right.
Waiting for that phone call.
Norm Amsher just waiting by the phone with bated breath, and of course Kenny Bick holding his hand in case he gets tired answering all those phones.
Mickey Morandini, the batter. Mickey at .230 with a homer and 14 runs batted in. Fouled away left side. And Smoltz ahead of him, no balls and 2 strikes. Morandini 3 for 12 lifetime off Smoltz with a couple of runs batted in, batting at .250.
Disappointed you're not taking care of me, partner. I wrote down Batiste out on Olsen. I didn't turn my score sheet over. Come on now, it's a day game. You've got to take care of your partner.
Phillies doing well in day games this year. You just so.
Well, yeah, I'm always rather play at night, you know.
Well, as Jim Fregosi says, he attributes the Phillies' success in day games this year to clean living.
Well, what are they? 13 and 5 on day games.
Yeah.
We've hit 27 home runs. I say we. The Phillies have hit 27 home runs. For you people out there that think this broadcast have a bunch of homers here, it's no further from the truth, and you're out there plugging holes somewhere. Anyway, the Phillies have 27 homers and have a .287 batting average in day games. They play well, 13 and 5.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Morandini with a big overshift towards left center on him. He foul tips it, held on to by Olsen. And that is strikeout number 3 for John Smoltz, number 88 on the year.
Well, he's starting off like he did last year. Good fastball, good breaking ball. The left-hander Morandini's keeping the fastball up and away. Another tough pitch to swing at. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast last year, Smoltz led the National League with 215 strikeouts.
Joining Phil Niekro in 1977 as the only other Braves pitcher to ever lead the league in strikeouts.
This guy's got some kind of strike zone here.
And Ben 2 for 20 on the year. He gives that big swing and a miss. Ben, what he does best is bunt. He has 9 sacrifices.
You're trying to say he can't hit? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Try to have somebody on in front of him when he comes up there so he can bunt him over.
Well, he's 2 for 20 on the year with 9 strikeouts. He hasn't walked yet.
That might be number 4 for Smoltz, and it is. Strikeout number 2 in the inning, and 4 overall. Phillies gone in order in the second. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. Through 2. Good ball game. 1-0 Phils.
It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning, and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud.
When good just isn't good enough.
Well, looks like you got a new pride and joy.
Well, it's not exactly new, but it's new to me.
And I see you're putting in super premium.
You bet. I saved every dollar I made for 2 years to buy this, so I'm giving it nothing but the best.
Nice car.
See what I mean?
So when good just isn't good enough for you, experience our best. Fly with the new superpower, Citgo.
evening, it's time for the live drawing of the daily number. Draw the first digit, please. Now the second digit.
Yes. Yes.
Draw the third digit.
Yes!
Well, there you have it. That's today's daily number.
Wow! Look at it! Look at it! It's the same number! I got it! Bernie! Look at this! Look at it! Look at it!
It's a big league-looking batting helmet, free for kids 14 and under when the Phillies play the Padres, Sunday, July 4th at 8:05. Celebrate July 4th at a Phillies game and get a batting helmet free. Call 463-1000.
Lots of fireworks coming your way in the month of July. A doubleheader on Friday night, July the 2nd, fireworks after the second game. And on Saturday, July the 3rd at 7:05, fireworks follow. Spectacular displays by Jerome. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. Big crowds for those always, so make your call now, 463-1000. We'll see you out here for
Boy, that
fireworks.
should be fun that night. They told me they have got some outstanding fireworks here. I mean, some big biggies, you know, the big bloomers, you know.
It's a great show.
Yeah, I have heard lots of nice things about
both nights, so we'll see you out here. Greg Olson, the batter, will be Olson, Lemke, and Smoltz, bottom of the Atlanta order. Olson hits it to right, fouling out of play.
Hey, we've got a couple of anniversaries. George and Margaret Imhoff's 49th anniversary. That's great. And we also have some birthdays. Jimmy Jones and Cass Lynch, both on June 23rd. Happy birthday to both of you.
Olson takes a fastball inside. Olson takes it high. Smoltz will bat third in this inning. He will be the subject of a Larry Rosen feature out of the Superstars Gallery at the conclusion of this half inning, so stay tuned. Olson gets jammed, little weak pop-up. Who wants it? Batiste fighting the sun. Here comes Duncan, and Batiste stays with it, makes the play. Boy, there was some trouble there for a while.
Looked like the wind was blowing it back towards the pitcher's mound. Both Kim and Duncan having trouble with the sun. You can see Batiste hollering at Duncan coming in, wanting it too. Duncan had a longer run, but I think he thought maybe Batiste was having trouble with it. Looked like he did have a little trouble with the sun. Wonder will we give Duncan an assist on that for helping him?
Getting out of the way. Mark Lemke, the batter, one of the best little 8-hole hitters you'll ever see. Lemke batting a very solid 265, a career high 6 home runs, 24 runs batted in. He's a switch hitter, 315 right-handed, 249 from the left side. Has he ever done a job for Atlanta in the playoffs and World Series the last couple years? Smoltz waits on deck. Phil's lead at 1-0. We're in the third. Starting to fill up here at the vet. I mentioned a late arriving crowd. A lot of people outside at game time trying to get in, evidently. These business person specials have really become popular. This could be close to a sellout this afternoon. There you see the crowd here at the vet. Back at Big Ben, who's a good fielder.
Well, there's a lot of sick people out here today, Chris, trying to get well in the sun. As Ben protected himself on the first ground out of the day here. I'll show it to you one more time. Big Ben, as Chris mentioned, at 6'6", you know, over from England there. And watch this one, a one-hopper right back at you in the midsection, kind of like get your glove going. Ooh, save it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Smoltz, the batter. John batting at 172 on the year. Lifetime, he's a 140 hitter with 2 home runs. His first major league home run coming off the Phillies at Atlanta. He swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike on John Smoltz. Smoltz with a run batted in this year. He has 18 in his career, and he's a 140 lifetime hitter. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs and nobody on base in the third. Deion Sanders on deck as I mentioned, the crowd continues to arrive. Right out of the office.
I was going to say, it's a
long lunch.
Crowd. Yeah, a lot of people coming out on business luncheons today.
This is the most well-dressed crowd you see all year.
One of those, Miss So-and-so, could you take my messages? I have a meeting at 1 o'clock. I'll be about an hour and a half.
Yeah, then they bump into each other out here at the yard. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's strikeout number 3 for Ben Rivera. who has retired them in order, although giving up 1 hit. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Time now to visit the Superstar Gallery as Larry Rosen profiles pitcher John Smoltz, the best 500 pitcher in baseball.
John Smoltz has superstar credentials, a top prospect, a 2-time All-Star, a National League strikeout champion, an undefeated 4-0 mark in postseason play. At 26, he's an anchor for one of the best starting staffs in baseball. But for all of those accomplishments, Smoltz is just slightly over 500 lifetime. He's lost nearly as many games as he's won. Don't think he hasn't noticed.
You know, the hardest thing for me is living up to the expectations everybody else has of myself, and all I hear is how great stuff I have, and I try to live up to my own expectations, and for some reasons the wins just don't fall in the columns. So whether it's making a pitch, whether it's a play or a hit, for some reason things haven't worked out, and unfortunately for myself, they've worked out for me at the end, and I finished strong, and I pride myself on making every start and pitching a lot of innings.
And All-Star voting is underway. John Kruk leading at first base. Lenny Dykstra 4th in the outfield balloting. Lenny's going to lead off the inning, and rightfully so. Darren Daulton blowing everybody away behind home plate. He will be the starting catcher in the All-Star game this year. Richly deserved.
Phillies could put 5 guys, maybe 6 on that All-Star team. I mean, you've got Schilling and you've got Tommy Green that have pitched well. I don't know what the save situation is going to be with when the manager picks the pitchers. I mean, Mitch Williams could possibly go.
Figure Brian Harvey will be the representative for Florida. So he would take up a spot there in the bullpen.
Right. So that the Phillies could have a bunch of red uniforms down in Baltimore this year.
I'd like to wish Thelma Ewing a happy 75th birthday today. We got a nice letter from her daughter Linda. And also happy birthday out in Westchester to Maddie Burns. Happy birthday to you, Maddie.
We'll also say hi to Mayor Ed Rendell in attendance today, conducting business in the mayor's box.
Eddie Rendell is one of the great sports fans ever, and it just so happens he's the mayor of the city of Philadelphia. But if he had his way, he would go to every sporting event and be there in person. Dykstra fouls it off left side. It will go to the crowd. Lenny walked and scored the Phil's run in first inning. That's starting to become redundant.
Yes. Our mayor, a very good sports fan because he was a very good player when he was a lot younger.
He tells you that, huh?
Outstanding football player in his time, they told me. Also played a little stickball from what I heard too.
He is very excited, as everyone in the city is, about the opening of the new convention center, which is coming up this week. That's going to be a great boom for the city.
Oh, it's a big plus for the city, and you know, get Philadelphia right back on the map. With some of these conventions now starting to come back here, and big ones.
Lenny hits a line shot to left center. Gann a long run. He won't get there. It's extra bases. Bounces off the top of the wall. Dykstra coasts him to second base with his 21st double of the year.
Well, he can't do it any better than that. Smoltz, who likes to pitch in and out. Watch where the location of this ball was. It was running away from him. Dykstra waited, hit it on top of the ball, hit it right out in the gap. The ball quickly off the top of the fence as Gann gets it back in. As Chris said, Dykstra rolls in with his 21st double, and that's just a good piece of hitting going the other way by Dykstra.
And now Mariano Duncan, the batter, he'll do his best to move the runner along. He had a lot of trouble with Smoltz's breaking ball in the first inning. Might be able to look for one of those pitches away and hit it to the right side. Dykstra with a good lead off second. And Duncan tries to hit it the right side and fouls it off into the crowd.
Well, hopefully the Phillies will be able to do this, because this is part of the game. We call it situation baseball. With a runner at second base and nobody out, you got to get that runner over to first base if you have to punch it like you're playing Pepper. Last inning, the Phillies had a runner at third base with only one out, didn't score him. So here they got a chance, and they've got to get this runner over. Duncan swinging at a high pitch. Now he's in the hole 0-2. But his job as a batter in this situation, get Dykstra to third any way you can.
Now he's in the hole 0-2, which makes it even tougher. He tried to hit that high breaking ball to the right side and swung through it. On deck is Kruk. He'll let it go foul. As Larry Boa gets it back to John Smoltz. Smoltz an interesting case for the Phillies. When he first came into the league, he dominated the Phillies. But believe it or not, he hasn't beaten them since May 27th of 1990. On that day, he was 2 outs away from a no-hitter. It was a Sunday afternoon here, and Lenny Dykstra doubled to right field with 1 out in the ninth, broke up the no-hitter. He pitched a 2-hitter that day, and he hasn't beaten the Phils since. There's Lenny leading off second as he just doubles off him this inning, leading it off. Duncan just can't stay on that breaking ball of Smoltz's, and he swings and misses. So Smoltz gets a big strikeout there. That's number 5.
Big strikeout. You can see the breaking ball. He started it on the corner on the outside part of the plate, ball breaking away. And as we've seen so far in the first 2 innings, Philly right-hand batters really having a tough time either picking up the breaking ball or staying with it, because today a big bite on it, 15 inches or so.
John Kruk, the batter, he walked his first time up. He takes a breaking ball high and outside. He has now struck out 5 batters in the game, 4 of them right-handed. The one left-handed batter was Morandini, all of them swinging.
Yeah, and all but Morandini's curveball.
Smoltz now with 90 strikeouts on the year. Jose Rijo coming in as the league leader with 91. Kruk takes it high. On deck is Dalton, who got a base hit to knock in the only run of the game. Rijo, has 93. He's now tied with Maddox, his teammate, with 90. So the way Smoltz is going this afternoon, as we look at Dalton, he could be taking over the league strikeout lead soon. He only needs 4 more. Way up high. He is so much different to these left-handed hitters than he is to the right-handed batters. He seems so confident to the right-handed hitters, and he's struggling with the left-handed batters.
Well, what's surprising me against the left-handers, and I've seen him do this before, he's usually not afraid to come inside. We haven't really seen him come inside too much here with the left-handed batter.
Kruk is ahead 3-0. He had a 3-0 count his last time up. Took a strike and then walked. See what John does now. He has had the 3-0 green light quite a bit lately. He had it there, and he topped it. And he grounds out. So that's 2 times that Kruk has had the green light lately, and he's not hit the ball hard. A little bit anxious. And Dalton will bat now.
Sometimes batters, when they get the 3-0 count, they try and overswing. This was just a pitch that was a little up in the strike zone. Maybe not a good pitch that John normally swings at, but usually you expect a pitcher 3-0 to give you a pitch in a good part of the strike zone.
Well, that'll have the manager taking that green light off pretty soon.
Well, when a guy's hitting 350, 360, pretty hard to take a green light off him. You know, he's going to get some good swings at it.
Now, if you're ever going to see a pitch around, it'll be now. With 2 outs, a base open, a right-handed batter in Cavilla on deck, and now ball 1, and Olson and Smoltz are going to talk about it. I mean, if they're not going to send out Walkham from the dugout, it looks like they're going to take charge here and decide not to pitch to him. Batman returns on Saturday night, June the 23rd. That's this Saturday night. The Cape Crusader battles the Penguin and the Catwoman for control of Gotham City in the blockbuster sequel Batman Returns Saturday night on Prism. The only place to be for the summer of '93.
Oh, I love that movie. Yes, Michelle Pfeiffer, I'd buy her cat food any day.
Yeah, she's all right in that movie. 1-0. Breaking ball low. There it is.
I like the long ears and the claws on it. You know, really my kind of woman.
There's Dalton with runners in scoring position. He's knocked in the 1 run of the game today. The first 2 pitches, they have shown no signs that they want to pitch to him here. Breaking ball, and he swings at it and fouls it back. So Smoltz got a little more of the plate there than he looked like he wanted to get.
He tried to backdoor that one and didn't make it. And that's a pitch that he made a mistake on, and Dalton really went after it, fouled it off. He got lucky on that one. Or you might say Dalton missed a good pitch to him.
There's Darren's career numbers against Smoltz. There's another breaking ball. It's in the dirt, and he went after it. Smoltz is not going to pitch to him here, but Dalton a little bit anxious there, chases it. Here's a pitch count on John Smoltz. It's been a little erratic this afternoon, but still only trails by 1-0. We're in the third. Breaking ball and a beauty. Got it over, struck him out looking. Number 6 for John Smoltz. So the Phillies waste a leadoff double. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We are through 3, and it's 1-0.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud, Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud.
If you want the hottest looking new compact pickup, and you want the #1 selling compact pickup in America, then see your Quality Plus Ford dealer now during Ford Truck Month. Now a 93 Ranger is all new inside and out and is just $199 per month for 24 months. Ford Ranger Splash is now the sportiest new pickup in town. Hurry, Ford Truck Month ends soon. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
If you've got a group of 25 or more, we'll give you a great time at a Phillies game. For all the details about a special package for your group at a Phillies game, call 463-5000.
And back here at the vet, Gary Maddox joins us. If you're a right-handed batter and you're batting off John Smoltz right now, it doesn't look like you'd be too comfortable.
No, especially that curveball. Man, why don't you put these glasses back on that you had on? People, it's Hollywood in here tonight. I come in, John Stone, he has on shorts and a tie. I don't know what's going on around here. No, Smoltz is very tough, and you can see that his breaking ball is the key to his success. And you watch how so many hitters swing, take such a bad swing at it. It's his arm speed, like a changeup where you start to swing at the motion of his arm as opposed to the ball. So that's a good sign for a right-handed pitcher if he can get hitters to take that bad a swing at his breaking ball.
Phillies have wasted 2 shots, too. They had a runner to the third with less than 2 outs in the first. Didn't get him home. They had a leadoff double there by Dykstra in the third and didn't get him home. So they only lead by 1-0. Could have been more. Try to get as much as you can off a guy like John Smoltz.
Yeah, they did try to break it open, I think, or go for it with giving John Kruk a 3-0 green light in that situation.
Here's Deion Sanders. He began the game by hitting that breaking ball to right fielder Jim Eisenreich. That's all he saw in his first at bat, and Ben Rivera starts him with another curveball.
You know, another thing I would like, maybe to bunt Mariano Duncan in that situation would have been a good idea, because you could see that it wasn't a question of trying to hit the ball to right field and wanting to. He just couldn't pick up the rotation on the pitch.
Oh, he was trying to hit it to the right side.
Exactly. That's a tough job. You're better off just going up there and bunting, because your main objective is to try and advance the runner.
1 ball and 1 strike on Neon Deion.
Ooh.
Somehow he got out of the way of that.
Let's not forget Big Ben out there. I think that's part of the reason why he's effective here, is he's just wild enough so that you're not going to dig in on anything he throws. He'll do that every so often to keep the hitters. Oh yeah, I forgot he was a little wild.
Like he was spinning on a kickoff return then. Trying to get away from somebody. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Deion. There's Otis Nixon, who is not a happy camper right now, as his playing time has been slowly dwindling, with Deion Sanders signed to a big contract and playing more. Jammed him right on his fist as Rivera pitched him inside and gets him out 1 away. Ben has faced the minimum so far after giving up a base hit to Pendleton, who was out trying to stretch it into a double.
Well, 2-1 count. Ben, look at the movement on his fastball today, Chris. He started that ball on the inside part of the plate and it came back over. That ball is jumping off it. I used to face Tom Seaver on certain days and swear that ball was rising. He was throwing it so hard.
1 ball and no strikes to Blauser, the Philly killer. Blauser with 11 lifetime home runs off the Phillies, coming into the game as a .301 lifetime batter. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and he fouls this one into the gutter on the upper deck, and a fan reaches down and picks it out of there. Fouls it away.
Now here's the count as 1-2, and Blauser knows in his mind that this guy's a little wild. So you think he'll look for this breaking ball? If he can get it over, it'll be a strike. If he throws one.
He got it middle in, a little bit too far inside, and Blauser took it.
Right. No way he's going to swing.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Blauser. He's come on to take over the shortstop position for the Braves. Do a good job for them. There's another one. He beats it foul third base side. Gives us a chance to wish a happy birthday today to Kelsey Benson of Hilltown, Bucks County. Got a fax here from her dad, Detective Lee Benson of the Upper Dublin Township Police Department. Says that Ashley, her sister, and Kelsey never miss a ball game. So we thank them for that.
You don't have to worry about no tickets when you head to Fort Washington. You're all.
I'm not far from there now too.
That's right. Up there on 202.
That's right. Coming through Fort Washington once in a while. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Blauser. Line drive and a base hit to left field. Second hit given up by Ben Rivera, and Blauser continues to hit Phillies pitching at around a 300 clip.
This ball's down a little bit. Blauser just goes right down and handled it. You could tell 3-2. Ben not wanting to walk him. You know, didn't reach back and fire that ball. Just kind of laid it in there. Wanted to throw a strike in that situation.
Pendleton hit a line drive to left field. It took a couple of hops. Incaviglia backed up on it. Pendleton tried to stretch it, and Incaviglia, strong throw. Pendleton overslid second, made the final out of the first inning. Pendleton, a hot hitter. There goes the runner, and it's a hit and run, and swung on and fouled by Pendleton, left side.
Hey, Chris, I have to point out, it was pointed out to me a couple of pitches ago that I said you didn't have to worry about no tickets. And it should have been any.
I heard
told
you.
By Larry Rose.
Your grammar ain't too bad for a jock, you know.
I'm sorry about that. Kids will let me know about that.
Oh,
also.
won't they? Little girls will nail you for that. No balls and 1 strike. Pendleton up the middle and through for a base hit. What a nice piece of hitting by Terry Pendleton. Hit it right back through the middle. Blauser will stop at second base.
Well, this was a breaking ball, 0-1, and what Ben will do when he's ahead in the count, you can almost count on him trying to show his breaking ball, and he does it to Terry Pendleton. And you point out good hitting. He kept his hands back nice, and this was a breaking ball. Kept his hands back and then went down and hit the curveball back up the middle, just out of the reach of Morandini.
Here comes David Justice. He popped up foul to Kruk, or popped up fair to Kruk his first time up. That was when he broke his bat. The barrel went all the way past the bag at first.
Now you see, Rivera's curveball got hit there. Smoltz's curveball will not get hit. You know, when he's behind in the count, he'll come in with that fastball, but very rarely when you see them hit that breaking ball that he's featuring.
Hit number 3 for Atlanta. They've out hit the Phillies 3-2. Phils still have a 1-0 lead here in the 4th inning. On one of these picture-perfect business person special afternoon at the vet. Very low humidity, a lot of sunshine, and a huge crowd.
Not to say that Ben doesn't have a good breaking ball. What I am saying, it's just a different style. Ben uses his breaking ball to keep the hitter off stride. Not so much for a strikeout, but he does get strikeouts with it. Smoltz is strictly a strikeout.
Smoltz uses it, in other words, for the kill to go get you out.
Well, he does that also because it can be so effective. He can throw it up there, and it's so tough to pick up because, like I said, of his arm speed.
1 ball and 1 strike now on Justice, with Ron Gant waiting on deck.
Ooh. Changeup.
Good changeup. Got him way out front. Swinging fastball all the way.
Man, is it in a good location?
Talk about arm speed. That's good arm speed there.
Yeah, let's see some more of that pitch.
Well, he's been working with that with the master of the changeup, of course, Mr. Padres.
You know, you can almost look for that. It's still tough to hit.
And you come back with that, and he swings and misses. Struck him out on a curveball. Strikeout number 4 for Rivera. 2 outs to Gant.
Dave Justice, usually a more disciplined hitter, this time chases a breaking ball in the dirt. He got jammed his first at bat. And someone the Braves really count on to generate power and definitely to produce in a situation like that. Good job of pitching by Ben Rivera.
Here comes Gant, and you really want to watch out for a first ball fastball with Ron Gant. He swings the first pitch a lot and looks for the fastball. See what they start him with.
Well, if you're going to throw that breaking ball, you don't have to throw it as your best one because he's looking for a fastball.
Comes inside with a good fastball. And he'll even take that pitch. Rivera has very good location so far in this ball game. He's been able to move the ball well around the strike zone of this Atlanta club, and they are a fastball hitting team, as most good hitting teams are. Gant is a menacing looking hitter up there. Another breaking ball, and he swings and misses. He waggles that bat. He has such a strong upper body. Guy they put in the outfield after he had so much trouble playing second and third base, sent him to the minors, learned to play the outfield, came back as a center field, and now in left, and really saved his career. I knew he could hit. 0-2. Dalton set up way away from him. The fastball, he threw it right where Dalton was set up and didn't get it.
No, but the breaking balls that he's thrown so far allowed him to get away. I mean, look at that fastball, just a little bit outside. Darren does a good job of bringing it in, but he's frozen after having seen those 2 breaking balls.
Well, they've had good success with the breaking ball with him so far. Let's see which way they go.
No question, they'll be back.
They're back, and they got him. Struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Ben Rivera, and he gets 2 strikeouts on 2 good hitters in a key spot. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Braves will leave 2. Still 1-0 Phils.
It's often taken for granted, yet it's as precious as the very air we breathe. It's called freedom. And it's what inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new Personal Choice, a health plan that offers people the low costs of an HMO without asking them to give up what they value most, their freedom. Personal Choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
Any professional painter will tell you that if you want results like these, you gotta know the tricks of the trade. You gotta ask Sherwin-Williams.
Now, these are guys you can trust. They've got good paint, good price, good advice, guaranteed. Want to know something? I didn't paint this house. The guy that lives there did. Hey, fella, nice job. This guy knows what the pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Upon completing the rear axle assembly diagram set using a 9-inch gripping wrench, tighten the C-diagram set and secure the frame extenders to the housing mount. Congratulations, you built a tricycle. While the simplest things can be made complex, the challenge is making the complex simple. And that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile, with straight answers, clear explanations, and with no assembly required. Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Sunday night, July the 4th, Phillies and the Padres at 8:05, a special Sunday night game time, and a special free gift for all fans 14 and under. It's an official looking Phillies batting helmet, red with the Phillies P on the front. So make your plans to come on out. Order your tickets at the vet by calling 463-1000. Pete Incaviglia will lead it off. That man will follow Jim Eisenreich. And then Kim Baptiste. That's the helmet that will be given away. Not quite that helmet, but a replica version of it. Incaviglia had a lot of trouble with that breaking ball his first time up. He struck out. A lot of strikeouts in this game. Rivera has 5. Smoltz has 6. Smoltz now with 91 strikeouts on the year. Second in the league to only Rijo's 93. Incaviglia had a pretty good swing at that pitch. Fouled it back 0-2.
Smoltz flirting with danger, throwing a fastball to Pete Incaviglia, but he had the first one a good location. He got the second one way in there. It's hard to hit a home run if you can't extend those arms, so he got the ball far enough inside, but we know the finishing pitch will definitely try and be that breaking ball.
There it was, but he started it way out off the plate and threw it outside. August 12th, 1987. The Braves will never forget that date. They got him from the Detroit Tigers for Doyle Alexander. What a deal for Atlanta. And at the time, Smoltz was very unhappy about it because he grew up in Michigan, a Tiger fan, and certainly didn't want to leave his hometown team. Best thing that ever happened to him.
Works out that way sometimes.
Yeah. He got a chance with Atlanta, a struggling team at the time.
You know, I was with San Francisco, and he told me I was coming to Philadelphia.
There's that breaking ball, and there's number 7. Smoltz on a strikeout roll today. We're only in the 4th inning.
You just don't put that breaking ball in play, Chris. Look at that. Looks like a fastball coming right there, and you lock yourself, and then all you can do is wave goodbye as it, as it floats to the outside part of the play.
Especially from the right side. Eisenreich, the batter, and he beats it foul. Eisenreich with that 12-game hitting streak.
You see, especially from the right side, he struck Darren Dalton out on the breaking ball looking, so it's effective. And you saw the swing that Eisenreich had. Not that good a swing at that fastball.
Darren Dalton will tell you he had a bad at bat his last time because they were pitching around him, and he just wouldn't let them do it. That ball's fouled back and hits the home plate umpire Kellogg. Well, then they finally got to a spot where he could throw a strike.
That's a good point. They did pitch around Darren. Had Kruk taken the walk at first base open, they would have had no place to put him and probably would have challenged him. But, you know, I don't have a problem with having John Kruk swing 3-0 at any time.
No, he's had a couple bad 3-0 swings in the game on Sunday and this one here, but he's so aggressive, they'll let him have it. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Eisenreich. On deck is Batiste.
You don't have to swing 3-0 just because they give it to you,
right.
But the hitter is the first person to stop swinging 3-0 if he's not hitting.
Eisenreich hits it well, but Sanders got a pretty good jump on it. Ooh, he struggles a little bit at the end. Coasts under it and makes a play. 2 down. What do you think of him as an outfielder?
I haven't seen that much of him, but I know that Otis Nixon can go out there and get him, and they don't feel like they lose much with him out there. He's got that good speed. We know he has good judgment since he can cover.
What can he run? He hit a triple here the other night. I'm telling you, it was fun to watch. The last guy I saw go from home to third like him was Bake McBride when he was a young player. He looked up, and he was at second base so fast. Batiste fouls off the breaking pitch. He hit a fly ball to shallow center his first time up. 2 outs, nobody on base here in the 4th. 1-0 Phillies.
Kim talking to himself. See, that's what'll happen. Ball's not that close, but just get to where you want to look for that breaking ball, and you know that you have to wait. Then when that fastball comes, I mean, and you barely see it.
Start leaning in a little, right? Leaning over the plate a little, right. Looking for it.
Well, you're definitely not going to be backing up. But that fastball comes just a little bit inside, you think the world is ended.
There's another fastball, and he fouls it away. So Smoltz, you know he's going to throw the breaking ball now, but he sets him up with fastballs. Or you think he's going to throw it now.
And that's the key to pitching, Chris, to keep the hitter guessing.
Sure.
That's the key. If you can keep him guessing to where you can throw any pitch, then you have an extreme advantage.
Breaking ball, and he hits it off the glove of Pendleton and into shallow left field. Batiste will stay at first, and that should be a 6-game hitting streak for him. It is a base hit and a 6-game hitting streak for Kim Batiste.
I mean, I think Kim showed, you talk about guys with being fearless up there. For him to be able to hit that breaking ball, stay in there after that high and tight one, that's just no fear of the baseball.
Yeah.
This ball's hit in the hole. Pendleton.
He'll catch a lot of those balls like that. He'll dive for him, jump up and throw somebody out, and that ball just clanked off his glove. Smoltz has not used his good move yet. Morandini, the batter, he struck out his first time up on a fastball away from him. Morandini so far the only left-handed bat. Now 2 left-handed batters to strike out. Also Dalton. Fly ball left field. It's playable. Gant and Sanders are both there. Dion runs Gant off the ball and makes the play.
You look closely. Gant gave one of those. I didn't see it.
No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. Through 4, 1-0 Phils.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
Oh!
Why did you order a Coke? It tastes good.
I didn't care if it was a Coke. You just want to
I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
Hear that, guys? A Coca-Cola. See ya, pal. Oh.
Yeah, how far away do you think I can get in 72 hours?
I wouldn't trust my car past the city limits.
For the way you travel today more than ever, the smart money is on budget. Ask for budget smart rates for great prices on cars that won't cramp your style, all with unlimited mileage. The smart money is on budget.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
Exciting new item coming up on Sunday, July 11th when those San Francisco Giants are here. It's the brand new red mesh jersey. It looks just like the Phillies batting practice jersey, and the gift is compliments of Modell Sporting Goods. So come on out that Sunday afternoon. Call your local Ticketmaster outlet. Order tickets by phone by just calling the Phillies at 463-1000. People are really busy down that ticket office, and they'd still love to hear from you. They're down there working hard right now while we're watching the ball game, and it's a good one. 1-3-0 for the Phillies. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Braves as Sid Bream swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. Ben Rivera is really mixing in his curveball and changeup this afternoon. About as well as we've seen him all year. There's a breaking ball, and Bream hits it right back through the middle for a base hit.
Sid Bream's a good hitter also. He takes that breaking ball. See, if you're left-handed, why they don't like to throw right-handers throwing curve balls to left-handers is the ball comes in on them. So if they're fooled, they still are right there. And what he does is just take it right back over the pitcher's head. Even though he could be falling away, that curve ball is coming towards him, and so he can just take it right back up the middle.
And that'll bring up the catcher, Greg Olson. He popped up to Kim Baptiste at third his first time up. Olson not hitting much at 205, but they love his defense and the way he handles his pitching staff. Made the major leagues at age 29 and then made the All-Star team out of the New York Mets organization. He and Lenny Dykstra played minor league ball together at Lynchburg. Good hit and run situation. Don't have a real good base runner necessarily, but Olson hits into double plays.
That's a good reason to run him.
There they go. And it was a breaking ball and a tough pitch for Dalton to handle. They did play hit and run in that situation, but it's a stolen base for a guy like Sid Bream, and that's the way he'll make them for the most part is on that kind of play.
Well, he got a breaking ball to run on, but right here, you think Olson is looking for a curveball, 1-0 from Ben Rivera hit and run situation, but he knows he has to swing, and he's fooled completely.
And Dalton couldn't get the ball out of his glove on the low pitch, so he winds up at second anyway. So they wanted to get some movement and stay out of a potential double play, and they do it. Not quite the way they planned. Now it's 2-1 on Olson with switch hitter Mark Lemke waiting on deck, and then the pitcher Smoltz to follow. Ooh, Olson looked like he's trying to go the other way with that. Try and move the runner over.
Well, again, you know, not a pitch in the strike zone, and Darren Dalton was asking for it inside. He chased that one to help Ben out of a potential bad situation.
Olson pops it up first base side. This ball will go to the crowd. I'd like to thank Stephen Sklar from Bassett's Original turkey. Sent a big platter of stuff down to the radio booth. Allowed to go get it if we want. So help yourself if you want lunch after your 3-inning stint here. Harry and Whitey and Andy are offering that stuff around. We thank him for sending that stuff up to us.
Could have told me the 3 innings that I wasn't on the air.
Just saw this card sitting here. I forgot about it.
3 innings ago, you could have told me.
2-2 to Olson. Breaking ball. He just absolutely froze him. And Ben Rivera gets his 6th strikeout out of the game. 1 out.
Look at this. I mean, the pitch is inside as well. You know, it wasn't a curveball that broke out over the plate. It just stayed inside and locked Olson completely.
Ben Rivera's strikeout high is 9 this year at Cincinnati on June the 2nd. And he has 6 in this ball game. And Lemke, the batter, he hit a ground ball right back to Rivera his first time up. Bream with a big lead at second. And he reaches out and taps that curveball at Morandini, who gets that big day game hop. Almost hopped over his head, 2 down. Got to watch that when you play day games here. The ball takes a higher hop in the infield and the outfield.
Well, it does. It's a lot more spongy.
There's what Rivera has done thus far. Matching this guy coming to home plate, pitch for pitch. Phillies have a run in the first inning, and that's all in the ball game so far. Smoltz struck out his first time up. Bream now at third and 2 outs on a high fastball for ball 1.
Smoltz a good hitter. If you get behind on him and have to come in there with the fastball.
Smoltz is a good athlete. A lot like his teammate Greg Maddux. He does everything pretty well. Maddux probably does everything better than anybody in this league when you talk about pitchers. Hard to match Greg Maddux. Here he is for the skills of defense and offense, and of course his pitching.
Ooh, a breaking
crooked bat grounder up the middle. Duncan, he'll get it. Ben Rivera almost had it. He missed it. The barrel's headed down towards third base, and Rivera comes limping off the mound a little bit. Good play by Duncan. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Still 1-0 Phils.
Good evening. It's time for the live drawing of the daily number. Draw the first digit, please. Now the second digit.
Yes. Yes.
Draw the third digit.
Yes!
Well, there you have it. That's today's daily number.
Whoa! Look at it! Look at it! It's the same number! I got it! Bernice! Look at this! Look at it! Look at it!
There's a new feeling, sweet estate. Peace of mind. Because now people who couldn't afford health coverage can get special care from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's the most affordable coverage available to families and individuals who earn too much for Medicaid but can't afford coverage on their own. If you're uninsured, your peace of mind is just a phone call away. Call 1-800-248-5200.
I remember last year, honey, when we were moving.
Right.
Well, she called us and said if we put both our new house and car policies with her, we would save money.
Well, we have so many choices at Nationwide, and my job is to make you aware of your options.
She was always there with an answer.
That's the way we're trained, to be very knowledgeable and to be there when people really need you the most. And that's important.
Agents like Margaret are Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
By Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Warminster is Stephen Hain.
Ben Rivera not trusting John Smoltz, throws him a breaking ball here. Smoltz, a good hitter, goes back up the middle. Look at Ben, tries to reach behind him. Not there.
Takes a seat.
Yeah, he took a seat there, and I think that's why he was limping off at the end. Maybe a little uncomfortable landing back there.
Here's Big Ben. He struck out his first time up. John Smoltz has walked 2, struck out 7 thus far. Rivera hasn't walked a batter, and Ben has struck out 6 through 5. Ben's jitterbugging around like he's going to show bunt. Right. Smoltz has missed with 2 pitches.
Oh, lift his leg.
And it's 3-0. You believe this? And nobody is more frustrated than Smoltz about what he's doing right now. So frustrated, he wants a new baseball to regroup.
bench, just trying to do something to be distracted up there.
Do a little Ruben Sierra act. Here we go to Rivera. He does it again, and you figure he's going to take a couple. Smoltz gets it over. Ben, I'm sure you're not surprised, has not walked yet this year. Oh my, he has now. Smoltz walks Ben Rivera to lead off the 5th inning. Walk number 3 issued by John Smoltz. I think the Phillies can make him pay for it. Here comes Dykstra. 1 for 1, a double, a walk, and a run scored. Then he just padding his league leading run scoring total. He now has 63, up among the league leaders in walks with 56, and his average all the way up to 285.
Then his last time up got the double, Chris, and I mean, he had a nice shot into the left center field gap there.
Lenny's high on the year is 287. He goes after the first pitch and fouls it off into the crowd behind the Braves dugout. He'd gotten to 286, 287 against Houston on June 9th. And had dropped down to, well, actually, yeah, he'd gotten to 288 on the 20th. And he had dropped down to 278 for a little while, so he says he's going to hit 300 by the end of the year. By the end of the month, I mean. Yeah, he did clarify, yeah. I was misquoted. Well, Lenny probably exactly what happened was somebody said, you know, you're going to hit 300. Yeah, I'd like to.
Nah, I doubt it. He probably said he was going to hit 300. Yeah. Lenny probably doesn't remember. He was probably, somebody asked him either right before or right after the game when he's sky high, and he doesn't remember what he said. I mean, when Lenny gets into his game mode, like I told you, I walked in there the other day, he didn't even recognize.
He gives you that high. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Nice block by Olson. What a fine catcher he is, and it's tough to catch Smoltz because he's going to throw those breaking balls in the dirt.
You know, you'd really be surprised at some of the things you say in the heat of battle. Go back and read some of the old clippings. You'll see just how some of the dumb things you can say.
Especially that group you guys had. Here's Lenny Dykstra, tied now for the league lead in doubles with Mark Grace and Dante Bichette. Been a red-hot hitter lately for the Colorado Rockies. 2 balls and a strike on Dykstra. They're not holding Rivera on at first. Ball 3. He is so patient. Lenny Dykstra has just come into his game in the last, say, 6 weeks, and that's what it is, taking a lot of pitches. Smoltz is up to 75 of them. He's a power pitcher, though, and you're going to throw a lot of pitches as a power pitcher. 3-1 to Dykstra with Rivera leading off first and Breen backing up. Now we'll see whether they run Rivera or not.
I was watching part of the game on Channel 17, the TBS station last night, and just to hear what they say about the Phillies and get their perspective. And one thing they said about Lenny Dykstra was that he averages around 5 pitches per at bat, making the pitcher throw at least 5 pitches per at bat. And sure enough, here we are. They counted him last night too, and he did the same thing. So a good leadoff hitter that works the pitcher.
There he goes again. Walks on a 3-2 pitch. Rivera was not running on the play. Smoltz with 4 walks back-to-back here in the 5th inning, and the Phillies have something going. And here comes Duncan. Now, you mentioned bunting last time, Gary. You have runners on first and second, a pitcher on second running, but Duncan's had so much trouble, he might just bunt.
There is no question he'll be bunting.
Dykstra with his 57th walk, his second of the game. He's been on base all 3 times in this ball game.
Well, maybe he won't. No, but look at Duncan walking down to talk to Boa.
Yeah, he's just going to make sure. Larry Boa just went through the signs.
See, they tell you when you hit, if they don't want you to bunt, get them over. And a lot of times you can go and say, yeah, well, is it all right if I bunt? I think he knows the signs well enough to know if a bunt was on or not. Yep, that's that bunting pose right there.
Rivera with a, yeah, he's not hiding it, is he? Oh. Foul ball, and Smoltz comes inside with a fastball and knocks him down. Strike one.
Ooh. Well, what you want to do if you're a pitcher and a guy shows bunt that early is try and throw the ball high. The key to bunting is to get on top and have the angle of the bat pointing down so you can bunt the ball down. If you throw the ball high, it gets him to maybe bunt it in the air. So the right thing is to throw a high pitch, and he's been a little while. So you put the two together, and he's lucky to come away with the foul ball in that situation.
Well, normally you wouldn't ask Duncan to bunt, especially with a pitcher at second base. But the way Smoltz has handled him, you see Fergosi's going to go with it here. And he fouls it off.
Now, will he go with it 2 and strikes?
No, I don't think you do that with with a regular player. He'll probably throw a takeoff on here.
I say you bunt it again.
Okay. Duncan has struck out both times up.
See, here's the thing. Has he learned to hit him any better? I mean, the reason you have him bunting is because he's having trouble. Now, after those 2 things, did he somehow pick up something?
Well, that was not a good effort. And he bunts through it, and he strikes out.
I think the fans are inclined to agree with you a little bit. They didn't like the fact that he bunted in that situation.
Strikeout number 8 as we look at Merker, the left-hander, and Bedrosian, the right-hander, up.
See, you and the fans don't know what you're talking about. That was a good pitch, too. But you see, that's a tough pitch to handle.
Somehow it'll come out that I said the fans don't know what they're talking about.
In this situation here, you guys are together. It's not a question.
Kruk, the batter, he is 0 for 1 tonight, this afternoon, with a walk and a ground out. Well, the only reason that I said I didn't think he would bunt there is because he looked like he was just not interested in bunting.
Oh, I think he was very much interested in bunting. I think he'd have been happy to bunt his last time up, because the guy is tough. If you're thinking about trying to win the ball game, you'd much rather go up there and make your job just to sacrifice him along and set the table for John or Darren Dalton in the concept of team play.
1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Phillies have had runners on base against this tough right-hander today and have not delivered, except for the 1 base hit in the first inning. They've had a couple shots at Smoltz and have not executed today. And give Smoltz some of the credit for that.
Right. And you got to give Ben Rivera some credit, because he had the leadoff hitter on second base and was able to prevent a team like the Atlanta Braves. I mean, they won their division the last couple years, a very fundamental team, and he did the job.
Smoltz actually has 4 walks now and 8 strikeouts. 2 in this inning. And he's 1 pitch away from loading them for Kruk, or for Dalton, with another walk.
Well, I don't think it's the baseball in this case, but he's trying to be too fine. A lot of respect for the Phillies hitters, and as a result, trying to be too fine. And it comes a lot, Chris, from pitching and your team not scoring you any runs. You feel you have to do it all yourself to try and make every pitch perfect. But you got to challenge these hitters.
Kruk might have a pitch to hit here. 3-1. And he hits a fly ball to left field. Gant near the line. Ooh, he missed it. That's a fair ball. It's going to be a ground rule 2-base error is what it's going to be, and Rivera will score. Dykstra will go to third. Kruk to second, and the Phillies lead it 2-0 on what will be a 2-base error on Gant, probably.
I don't think so. That's got to be a base hit.
In the sun?
Oh, definitely. That's a definite base hit. And one thing you'll notice is that his glasses are down. And if the glass is down means you can see the ball in the sun, what happened? Well, I think that should be a base hit.
They gave him an error and no RBI. Did it touch his glove?
Yeah, it looked like it touched his glove. But when you're staring up there, the rays from the sun, the glow is enough that by the time the ball gets down, it's a spot.
Well, the Phillies catch a big break there. And now a little meeting at the mound with Leo Mazzoni. They have a base open for Dalton, with Incaviglia waiting on deck, and the Phillies have a run in here as the ball is lost in the sun by Ron Gann and goes off his glove, then bounces into the stands for the ground rule 2-base error on Gann and no RBI for Kruk. And the Phillies get Rivera in the dugout and see if they walk Dalton. You'd think they would with that base open, and they will. They'll walk Dalton to load him. This will be walk number 5 issued by Smoltz. 3 of them in this inning. Phillies in this inning, the rally consists of 3 walks and an error. As Bobby Cox looks on. And Incaviglia, who has struck out twice in the ball game, will get a shot at Smoltz with the bases loaded. And the crowd reacts to Incaviglia. And it is a huge, huge crowd here today.
This at bat here for Incaviglia is going to come down to whether or not Smoltz can get his curveball over or not. You know, because it's going to be tough. It's a tough pitch to hit. But if he gets behind, he's going to have to come in there with the fastball. So this should be a good confrontation.
Oh, he threw a nasty breaking ball to him, and he got strike 1 on it. Incaviglia was going to take the breaking ball, and he figures that ball had to be outside.
See, and the reason he's arguing because he recognized the importance of giving the pitcher the upper hand in this at bat.
Exactly, just what you were talking about. So now it's 0-1.
See, that was a fastball, but he already has him looking breaking ball. He knows that the guy's going to throw me this breaking ball, and he's looking for it a little bit because the pitcher got ahead of him.
Pretty good job by Olson, too, his catcher. So they're working in sync. Now the 0-2. Phillies with a chance to break it open. They have a run in the inning. They lead it 2-0. They have had numerous scoring opportunities today. Dykstra at third, Kruk at second, and Darren Dalton on at first base. Ben Rivera in the dugout with the second run of the ball game after he led off the inning with a walk. How many times if a pitcher gets a leadoff walk is it trouble? Got him with that good breaking ball. That's strikeout number 9 for John Smoltz. He is now the league leader, passing Jose Rio by 1.
And that's a good record to have, or a good lead to have, to tell your family about and stuff, but it does nothing for victories.
Right. He led the league in strikeouts last year, did Smoltz. Now here's Eisenreich. 0 for 2. Eisenreich with a 12-game hitting streak on the line. Smoltz will continue to work from the stretch. And Eisenreich, a little looper down the line. It's a foul ball. Foul by about 5 feet.
Interesting. He continues to throw Eisenreich that curveball.
So John Smoltz trying to work out of this inning. A lot of it his own fault. But the big play in the inning is a drop fly ball out there by Gant that he lost in the sun and has allowed the Phillies to get on the board with a second run. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. That was the first error of the ball game by either team. The Braves, the top defensive team percentage-wise in the league. No balls and a strike to Eisenreich. Line shot, but right at Clausen. Eisenreich hit it hard, but right at the shortstop. So the Phillies will get 1 unearned run out of it on no hits, 1 error, and they leave them loaded. 2-0 Phils.
You can feel it deep inside. Dedication and a real sense of pride. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your Proud to be your bud.
The metal cylinder is secured and turned in a counterclockwise motion, causing the internal railing to rise and disengage. It's easy to make something as simple as opening a jar complex. The challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. We take cutting-edge technology and place it comfortably in your hands. Bell Atlantic Mobile. advanced technology, and people who make it mean something.
It's like having a Phillies ticket window come right to your home. Call 463-1000 and reserve your tickets in advance. No rushing, no waiting, no hassle. 463-1000. It's like having a Phillies ticket window right in your home.
Here's that big at bat by John Kruk that Ron Gant missed a fly ball. Let's watch him go after this. You see him right there. He flips his glasses right now, but what he fails to do is to throw his glove up to block the sun. See, it's the glow that eventually will cause that ball to turn into a dot there and throw your timing off. You have to throw your glove up to block the sun out. He's looking directly in the sun. If you try it, folks, sunglasses, nothing will help you.
Not for that long a period of time.
No.
And as you said, Gary, you could see him really fighting it there the last second or two, and that's when he lost it.
Well, we know the end of the play, the inning before, when Deion Sanders came over and Gant didn't see the ball, and Deion ran him off. But that's a bad feeling right there. It's not as funny as...
I don't think Smoltz would be too happy to see him laughing about it.
Well, you know what they're talking about, the helpless feeling when you can't see that ball, and, you know, you almost want to.
You know, you compound that, and everybody who's ever played baseball knows the feeling when you run on your heels and it starts moving, too. That ball starts bobbing up and down at the last minute.
Yeah.
You never know, that could happen, too. Here's Deion Sanders.
So when you're wearing those sunglasses, excuse me, and you know, when you start off, they're up. Then you flip them down. Now you go from light to shade, and you're not seeing the same ball. It's hard to judge the depth perception.
He's pitched Sanders tough so far today with breaking balls early and then jammed him his last time up and got him out. And he's ahead of him 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Braves are at the top of their order. Deion Sanders, Jeff Blauser, and Terry Pendleton. There's Deion's football number. It's a breaking ball to shortstop where Duncan gobbles it up, throws him out, 1 away. Deion is 0 for 3. That'll bring up Blauser 1 for 2 with a base hit and a strikeout. Braves have out hit the Phillies 4-3, but the Phils lead the game 2-0 here in the 6th inning. Rivera misses with a breaking ball high to Jeff Blauser.
I think Johnny Padres is probably getting through to Ben Rivera the importance of taking something off that first pitch so that you can get ahead in the count. I mean, I've seen pitches where he's just gone up there and tried more for location now than he is trying to just throw it by.
There's Johnny. As we talked about, this Atlanta team is a fastball hitting club. And he runs a deep count, 3-0. He hasn't walked anybody so far. And in danger of walking his first batter of the afternoon, Blauser. 3-0 pitch. Right over the middle. Ben Rivera coming off a 5-inning win against Florida his last time out, winning 7-3. Blauser with a line drive to left. That's twice that Rivera's run a 3-ball count on Blauser, and he's gotten a base hit off him.
And the pitch is probably looks exactly like it's in the same location. A little above the knees, and a fastball right down the middle.
Last time in the 4th inning when these two teamed up, Blauser got a base hit up the middle, then Pendleton followed with a single to center. Rivera struck out Justice and Gant to get out of trouble. Terry Pendleton hit a curveball his last time up for that base hit right past Rivera into center field. Also past a diving Morandini. He bunts it. Batiste on it quickly. Throws on the run. Kruk can't hold on to the ball, and now Blauser will go to third.
That is such a good play by Terry Pendleton right there. Here's the bunch. You see him just take off towards the pitcher and just get it down. He sees that the third baseman is back so far that he doesn't have to make it perfect. Just get it down, and he does. Batiste makes a strong play, but not in time. The throw gets away from Kruk a little bit. You see, just get it down right there with the third baseman back that far. He comes in, and he has to make a perfect play in order to get you, and Pendleton gets there about the same time as a baseball, but it takes a perfect play, and all he had to do in that situation was just get it down.
He Baptiste an error on that after the base hit was awarded. I don't know. I think Kruk might tell you he should have held on to that ball. But was scored an E5, single E5. Phillies play the infield a double play depth. 6 hits now for Atlanta, and here's Justice. It's a pop-up foul out of play.
That was a fastball that time. Remember, we saw Ben Rivera throw his best pitch, a changeup to Justice in his last at bat. So we'll look for that pitch to come in the play somewhere this at bat.
Justice, a fly ball hitter, not a guy you expect to ground into too many double plays. Philly set up for one as he hits a high pop fly. This ball is going to be in fair territory. It looks like, no, he can't quite get there. Ball kept drifting and finally drifted into the stands.
And Eisenreich had trouble picking it up. He knew the direction it was in, and he ran in as fast as he could, but you know, it doesn't even matter which field you're in, Chris. The sun is so bright, they're catching a bit of the glare from that every time you look up in the sky.
See David Justice's numbers over the last 3 years. Now, if you're pitching,
it's probably why you have on those sunglasses.
Yeah, it's bright up here too. You go after the strikeout right now, or do you waste a pitch?
Well, I think you have to waste a pitch. You got to give the hitter a chance to help you out.
Breaking ball in the dirt. He chased it, struck him out.
That's what I mean. You give the batter a chance to chase something. That's the easiest thing that can happen. If he doesn't, well, then maybe you go for it on the next pitch. But this is the same pitch he struck him out on the last at bat. Curveball in the dirt.
Second time he's gotten him with 2 men on base. This time even more important, though, because the runner is on third. And the other runner at first. So now there are 2 outs for Gant.
Well, this is that same situation Incaviglia was in, exactly, where you want to throw the guy nothing but breaking balls, but you have to get ahead of him.
And he does not get ahead of him with the breaking ball. Gant doesn't chase it. Ball 1. The on-deck batter is a tough left-handed hitter, Sid Bream, as Blauser's the runner at third and Pendleton's on at first.
Now for Darren Daulton, how many pitches does he try and get that used to get that breaking ball over before he comes in with the fastball? Does he come in now, or does he try and throw another breaking ball?
Comes inside with a fastball and misses 2-0.
This is where he's dangerous.
And there is Sid Bream, a lifetime 300 hitter against the Phillies in his days with the Dodgers, Pirates, and now Braves. Again, a dead pull hitter, and the Phillies playing him that way. Breaking ball, and he gets it over. What a pitch that is to a fastball hitter like Gant.
And nice piece of hitting by Gant not to swing at that pitch. He knows that there's no way that guy's supposed to throw him a breaking ball in that situation.
Right.
And if he does, sometimes, you know, if you swing at it looking breaking ball, you put it in play by accident. Lay off of it and stay within yourself.
There's another one, and he couldn't lay off that one. He chased it, thinking he's going to get a fastball, and it's 2-2.
Okay. There it is, another breaking ball. Couldn't lay back. You know the guy can't hit a breaking ball. You know he's looking for it because he knows he's having trouble hitting it. Why not a fastball? Just lock him up.
In or away?
Anywhere. Strike.
Daulton, I think, put down fastball.
We're on the same page. We're on the same page.
There it is. Duncan on a short hop has a tough play, and they throw it away. Oh, the Phillies defense in this inning. 1 run scores. Pendleton's going to come to third and stay there. That's just really a shame. He should be out of this inning.
Well, the fastball was there. He got him to do exactly what he wanted him to do, ground ball. But what happened was Duncan, he comes in. Now watch him look at home plate. Can't get him there. Then tries to throw on the run, flipping it back across his body, and it's up the line. John Kruk tries to hold the bag, and the ball gets away from him.
Well, it's obviously an error, and it will be on the shortstop. No RBI. So the Braves are on the board with an unearned run. Phillies got an unearned run in the 5th, and the Braves come back with 1 here. Phillies have made 2 missed plays in this inning.
Am I missing the outs again, or is it 2 outs?
Yeah, it's been 2 outs. Yeah, I don't know why he looked home either, if that's what you mean.
Exactly.
And now Rivera made a really good pitch to Gant. Has to go after a very tough hitter in Bream, who has struck out at single and stolen a base. There's Joe Millette, who has been playing some shortstop.
And who may get a chance to come in for defense later with Duncan having the hamstring problem, but
Bream beats it foul first base side. He will be a tough out in this situation. Ben Rivera pitching outstanding baseball this afternoon and still leading by a score of 2-1. Popped up, foul, and it will go out of play.
that was a changeup right there. Darren Dalton asked for a fastball inside. The pitch was a changeup. The pitcher on his own can change up off of a fastball, and that's what Ben Rivera did. He chose to throw a changeup in that situation on his own because Darren Dalton wanted a fastball in.
So the count is 1-2 now on Bream, with Pendleton at third and Gann on at first. Grays with a run in the inning. High and outside, 2-2.
Now you think back to how he pitched David Justice, tried to get him to chase the breaking ball. You know, this is a time here where he might come back and try and pitch Sid Bream the same way. Showed him the fastball away. Now may try and get him out with the breaking ball.
Phillies hope those nuns are on their side today. Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Not those nuns.
Yeah, they'll be around later. Here we go with a fly ball to left. Incaviglia used his glove, as you mentioned. And that'll do it. An unearned run in the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 costly errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 Phillies. Time now for Mining the Minors as Larry Rosen visits with Paul Fletcher, starting pitcher for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Red Barons.
Okay.
What a difference a new pitch can make. Paul Fletcher is a one-time 40th round draft choice from tiny Ravenswood, West Virginia. He toiled in obscurity until last summer, when he was named the Phillies minor league pitcher of the year, helped clinch a AAA regular season title, and earned a spot on the Phillies 40-man major league roster. The difference?
My changeup. Last year was the first year it really started coming around. I could throw it most of the time, anytime I wanted for a strike or somewhere near the plate, and that's just been the whole turnaround. If it wasn't for that, I would never had the year I had last year.
What kind of change are you throwing, and how does Pods feel about it?
I'm throwing a circle change, and he seems to like it. We're working now, and really sometimes I let up on it or something, and really stressing to make sure I keep the same arm speed and throw it in just like a fastball, but it's coming along pretty good.
Well, the Phillies return. The West Coast clubs are coming to town. Don't forget the fireworks on the 2nd and 3rd. And then the Dodgers coming to town. And then a big 4-game series with the San Francisco Giants. For tickets, call 463-1000. Remember, the fireworks are on July 2nd and 3rd. We have a 20-night doubleheader at 4:35 on the 2nd. And they will follow the second game of that doubleheader. Phillies at the bottom of their batting order. Kim Batiste, the 7-hitter, Mickey Morandini in the 8-hole, and then the pitcher Ben Rivera. 2-1 Phils as Smoltz and Rivera pitching very well this afternoon. Oh, he rips a first fastball way foul. That ball's in the upper deck.
Smoltz has to be shaking his head saying, here's a guy that's been sitting there looking for breaking balls. I throw him up and in fastball, and he still gets around on it.
Got way around. Batiste has a base hit today in a 6-game hitting streak now. He's also struck out. Hung that breaking ball, but he popped it up. Playable Blauser. It's an adventure out there today, isn't it? A ball in the air.
It is, and it's because the sun is as bright as it is. But you see Blauser on that. The first thing you do is throw that glove up, and it blocks the sun. And at that point, you don't need sunglasses anymore. You just create an angle for the ball to come out where, you know, it's not in the sun.
Which is what Incaviglia did on the ball to left field.
Right. This is a good example. See, he throws up his glove right away. Now he sees it's off to his left. That's where he decides to play it.
No balls and 1 strike on Morandini, who was struck out and fly to center. Rivera waiting on deck.
We do this drill with the minor league players all the time when I go down there. I insist that we work on working with the sunglasses, and it is funny. I tell you, it will crack you up.
I'll tell you,
I always preface it by, hey, I missed 2 balls in San Diego. I know that's what you're going to say.
I'll tell you, one of the funniest things I ever saw is did that drill with some Dreamweakers one time. I saw him in the back of our booth stopping by to say hi. Great broadcaster, one of the great names in Philadelphia broadcasting history. By walking around the press box today.
My old neighbor.
Yeah, your neighbor. There's John Smoltz at 100 pitches here in the 6th. He has had trouble with his control today, but as the veteran outstanding pitcher that he has hung in there and kept his team in the game. They don't make that error. He has a tie game working right now. That's strikeout number 10 for Smoltz. His career high is 15, which was a league high last year.
Well, look at the pitch, a breaking ball. That's a no-no. Throwing a left-hander or curveball is a no-no, and these hitters are not accustomed to seeing that. Because he has such a good one, he's able to use it effectively and strike left-handers out consistently, we're seeing.
Here's Rivera, who has struck out and walked his last time up, and that set up the Phillies inning where they wound up picking up a run as Ben scored on Gant's error.
Now, you know his last at bat where he faked like he was going to bunt a couple times. You know, Bob Gibson would have him on his back by right about now for doing that.
Oh, yeah. He might just hit him for good measure. Well, he's ahead of Rivera. He's 1 pitch away from strikeout number 11. On deck is Dykstra. 2-1 ball game. We're in the 6th on a business person special. Number 2, 3 more to go this year, and they'll all be on Prism for you.
Ooh.
Oh, he hung a breaking ball up the middle. What a play by Lemke. Can he get Rivera?
Yes.
He got it. Ben can't believe it. The crowd can't believe it. 1-4-3 as Smoltz slowed that up. And Rivera's out at first base. Good job, Gary. We'll see you later on. That'll do it, and it's 2-1 Phils.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, the only place with the experience of servicing 68 million cars. Considering that your car is worth thousands of dollars, experience counts.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube. It's a round world, genuine and true. It keeps on spinning and you always come through. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud.
The first place Phillies, the best team in baseball, swinging, sliding, and hurling their way to the top. The right attitude, the right direction, the right team at the right time. There's never been a season like this one, and there's never been a better time for Prism. With more exclusive Phillies home games than any other channel on TV, Prism is your home game home of the Phillies. Prism, your baseball channel in the summer of '93.
When you're thirsty, you need a squirt. Because there's nothing like our refreshing blend of citrus flavors. Give your thirst a squirt.
Well, Phillies baseball day camps are coming up. Boys and girls 7 to 14 years of age. 12 great locations. Plus, you get to enjoy a day of fun at the Vet. Call 215-642-8585. Make that call right away. 642-8585. 8-5. They just changed that scoring decision as that ball was not touched by by John Smoltz. Just score at 4-3. Mariano Duncan must be having trouble with that hamstring because Joe Millett is now going to come in and play shortstop for the Phillies and bat second. Duncan has had a tough day at the plate and then was charged with an error last inning as the Braves scored their only run of the game so far. It's a 2-1 game. Jay Johnstone joins us here in the 7th inning.
Oh, definitely he had a tough time on that grounder because he really had to break in about 15 or 20 feet, Chris, and then he had to throw it off balance, and when he did that you could see he was really limping afterwards. And I'm sure that depicted on how he had something on the ball over to first base, just throw a little air into the Phillies dugout side, and consequently Braves ended up with a run because of it.
Olson to Millett just into the game on a big hop, throws him out, one away. McMichael, the right-hander, starting to warm up for Atlanta. Smoltz due to bat third in this inning. Lemke, the batter, and Damon Berryhill is moving into the on-deck circle. There's McMichael. To bat for Smoltz.
Well, Lemke coming over from the left side, only a .249 hitter, much better hitter from the right side. Overall, as you see right there, .262 on the year. Seemed like Chris,
Damon Berryhill ready to bat for Smoltz.
That Ben Rivera settled down a little bit, has a little bit better command of his pitches than he did earlier in the game.
He's pitched great this afternoon. As good as we've seen him throw all year for this long a period. I think in mixing up his pitches, fastball, breaking ball, changeup.
And he's getting his breaking ball over also, which helps him strike out a lot of guys.
Fouled away. He has struck out 7. His career high is 9. Smoltz apparently will be leaving this game with 10 strikeouts, giving him a total of 95 in the league lead. One ball, 2 strikes to Lemke, who is 0 for 2 today. Spoils a breaking ball, fouls it out of play left side.
You can really tell the difference between a day here at the vet where it's hot and sweltering and muggy and humid, or a day like today where it's hot but you have a breeze and the pitchers are a little bit fresher.
Yeah, the game has a different pace to it. Lemke spoils another one and fouls it off.
Phillies play Lemke almost as though, batting left-handed, he was a right-handed pull hitter. Incaviglia in and over towards the line, Dykstra in towards left center.
Jammed him, tried to check his swing right back to Rivera, fires the first, 2 down. What a good pitch by Big Ben. And Damon Berryhill is heading back to the dugout.
Rivera went away from Lemke on the 3 previous pitches. Lemke kind of looking out over the plate, leaned in on that one, and Rivera right in on his fist. He had nowhere to go with that bat. He tried to check his swing, and an easy grounder back to Ben.
Otis Nixon will be the pinch hitter, and this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form or otherwise used without the express written consent of the Phillies. John Smoltz will lead for Otis Nixon.
So I guess that means Rich Little can't mimic you on the Tonight Show if he wants to do your voice. Is that what that means? Okay.
Rich Little. Seen him a few times. He is really good.
Yes, very good. It's amazing how he can come up with the different voices that he does over the years.
I'll tell you who's good in this town is that guy Joe Conklin. Have you ever heard of him?
Yes.
He's really good. He has Harry and Whitey down. Really has him down. Here's Otis Nixon. Really enjoy him. Bunts it, but Batista's right on it, fires to first, and he got it. Nice play there by Kim Batista, who anticipated the bunt by Nixon and threw him out. 3 up and 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. New pitcher coming on for the Braves. Phil's lead at 2-1.
Dodge Dakota Sports, one of America's best values. This one has a powerful Magnum V6, automatic, rear anti-lock brakes, cast aluminum wheels, special striping, and more. And after $500 cash back, this Dakota Sport can be yours for under $11,400, which is why one of America's favorite trucks. It's also one of America's best values. So see your nearest Dodge dealer today.
Can Texaco System 3 gasolines help reduce an engine's filthy deposits?
You know, it's no illusion. System 3 helps make filthy deposits...
What are y'all doing? Oh,
disappear.
Where's my car?
All it took was System 3, and now my Bronco takes off like my Thunderbird.
System 3 really whipped those filthy deposits. Well, I love it when she talks like that.
When it comes to performance, in cars both new and old, you can count on every grade of Texaco's System 3.
Where's my car?
The metal cylinder is secured and turned in a counterclockwise motion, causing the internal rating to rise and disengage. It's easy to make something as simple as opening a jar complex. The challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. We take cutting-edge technology and place it comfortably in your hands. Bell Atlantic Mobile. Advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. How long does a good catnap last? About 20 minutes. If you sleep longer, you'll pass into a deeper sleep and feel tired, not refreshed.
Well, there they are, our next 3 telecasts. They will all be on WPHL Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can see right there as the Braves bring in a new pitcher on the mound, Greg McMichael, a right-hander, 6'3", 215, fastball, slider, palm ball. McMichael from Knoxville, Tennessee, last year was in Greenville and Richmond. Pretty much really starting out, first year in organized ball, 1988 in Burlington. His palm ball is a very good pitch to left-hand batters as Dykstra now steps in. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Phillies lead at 2-1.
McMichael made the ball club out of spring training as a non-roster player, wore number 60 during spring training, and he's done a great job for Atlanta. And their bullpen has been very hot as Dykstra leads it off on another perfect day. 2 walks and a double for Lenny. Jay mentioned the palm ball, and he uses that very effectively to left-handed hitters who have only a 182 average against him. And his earned run average on the road is just 1.31. Wow. Greg McMichael. Dykstra runs up, fakes a bunt, takes it over for a strike. It'll be Dykstra and then Joe Millette now in the number 2 hole as Duncan had to leave the game. We imagine he re-injured that hamstring. And then John Kruk to bat. 2-1. Phillies lead it. We are in the 7th inning. John Smoltz gone now for McMichael. Ben Rivera all the way thus far. Lenny takes it inside. How about these numbers on the Atlanta bullpen? Pretty good. They have not allowed an earned run since June 8th. That's 9 games, 22 1/3 innings, 8 walks and 19 punch-outs.
This type of guy here will take a little bit of getting used to, Chris, because you can see he throws with kind of a 3/4 motion, and it's not a full throw. In other words, he brings it back, almost cocks it like a catcher. And he throws it from, like I said, 3/4. The ball has a tendency to a left-hander to sink away from him. Then you start leaning out over the plate, and he comes right at you with his palm ball.
Sinker ball missed, and Dykstra walks again. Lenny Dykstra, 3 walks and a double in this game, and there can't be a better leadoff batter in this league right now than Lenny Dykstra.
You know, you go through the notes that they give us, Chris, and you get to where it says Dykstra, and you look at how many hits on the year he's got. He's got 79, but you know what? You start adding those 57 walks to it. You know, walks as good as a base hit. I don't care how you get on first base, folks, as long as you get there. And with 79 hits and you couple those 57 walks, Dykstra's doing the best job in the National League in getting on as a leadoff batter.
And Millette will be up there to bunt, and he takes it low, ball 1. Phillies couldn't ask for more out of this. As they get Dykstra on with nobody out, and they could put Joe Millette, who's a good bunter, in a bunting situation as Larry Boa gives him the signs. And then they have Kruk and Dalton to follow. Looking for more as they lead by just a run. He bunts it. McMichael's going to go to second, makes a bad throw. There goes Dykstra to third. He had no shot at Lenny Dykstra and threw it away. Sacrifice, error on the pitcher, and the Phillies are in business.
Well, inexperience is a key factor here. The young pitcher, McMichael, as you can see, gets to Millet's ball quickly, but then he throws it with his normal pitch, a three-quarter throw. The ball sinking away from the diving Lemke, and Dykstra very alertly gets over to third. That's just a very bad play by a young, inexperienced pitcher. You're going to get the sure out on a fast base runner. I don't know if Olson helped him. He should have. We'll have to find that out after the game.
Yeah, because he really didn't have a play. Now the Braves are going to play the infield in. They do not want to give up a run on a double play with nobody out. So you see the infielders all the way in to Kruk, and John today is 0 for 2 with a walk. He hit the fly ball that Gant dropped his last time up. Kruk takes it outside, ball one with Dalton waiting on deck. Kruk this year has not faced McMichael, nor has Darren Dalton. There's Lenny Dykstra at third looking to score another run. He scored one today. Pitch to Kruk way outside, 2-0.
Atlanta defense plays Kruk almost straight away. Sanders in left field, or in center field rather, playing a little towards the left field, about 10 steps or so. The Phillies really have to pick up a run in this situation. Only ahead by one run here in the 7th. Nobody out, runners at first and third. They need to pick up a run.
They have wasted a number of opportunities today. Kruk takes it high. John has had 3 ball counts all afternoon too. Smoltz walked 5, struck out 10, and McMichael has walked 1. Kruk grounded out on a 3-0 pitch earlier. Let's see what happens here.
Didn't look like Larry Boa gave him any signs. Let's see what John Kruk wants to do.
He takes it. Sometimes a hitter will get in a position where he's struggling 3-0 and he'll just take it himself, as he does there. 3 balls and 1 strike.
That's a count where you have to have all the confidence in yourself in the world. If you have the least little bit of doubt that you might not swing in a strike, you got to take it.
They're loaded for Darren Dalton. Nowhere to put him. Second walk issued by McMichael. So the Phillies have him loaded without a hit in the inning. The Phillies had 4 base runners in that inning, 3 on walks and 1 on an error. Look at the walks. Dykstra, Kruk, Dalton, and Ben Rivera had a walk, and the Phillies continue to add to their league-leading total. There's Mark Wohlers, the right-hander, getting up. Phillies now lead the league in walks with, well, they have 7 more today, so they have 293 as Mazzoni comes out and gives a stern message to his pitcher. Darren Dalton with 58 RBIs. He got 1 in the first inning today. He struck out in the 3rd, was intentionally walked by Smoltz in the 5th. And McMichael will work from the stretch, and they'll keep the infield in for Dalton, facing McMichael for the first time. Phillies in a position to torch that note that the Braves have in there about their bullpen. We'll see what happens.
This is where, as a hitter with bases loaded, you know the pitcher has to throw strikes. You still have to be patient. You still have to get a pitch you can hit in a good part of the strike zone.
Like that palm ball. It was an off-speed pitch, and he got it over. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dalton.
Sometimes we've seen different clubs, Chris, where you get bases loaded. They've got nowhere to put the guy. Pitcher struggling with his control. The batter comes up, swings at the very first pitch.
Dalton in a great RBI position. Takes it outside, 2-1. Dykstra, the runner, at third. Joe Millette on at second base, and Kruk at first. Nobody out in the 7th. And the Phillies with a 1-run lead at 2-1.
The unique thing about hitting in this position is the deeper you get in the count, the more you put the pitch in the hole, the better the odds of you getting a pitch down the middle of the plate.
Base hit center field. Dykstra scores. Millette will be held at third, and the Phillies lead it by a score of 3-1 on Darren Dalton's 59th run batted into the year. And that's just what you're talking about.
Yes, the deeper you can go in the count, you know you're going to get a pitch around the plate. You see that one? It was a sinking fastball up in the strike zone. He didn't want it there, but he wanted to throw a strike. I'm not sure whether Millette got a good jump on that as Bobby Cox slowly makes his way towards the pitcher's mound. But Dalton got the pitch, and he didn't try and pull it. He hammered it right up the middle.
And they will make a change and bring Mark Wohlers, the hard-throwing right-hander, into the game. Greg McMichael is headed for the shower, and we'll be back right after these messages.
I work Saturdays and Sundays. It's not a job. It's a dedication. I don't think you can teach someone to tune. You just got to practice until it's natural, just like breathing. There seems something mystic about it. So much beauty comes out of music.
Mellon PSFS, you're why we do our very best.
Yo, Phillies fans, here's the pitch. You, the Phillies, San Diego. It's the Jiffy Lube Coca-Cola Phillies road trip. Go to Jiffy Lube and you could win an all-expense-paid trip for 4 to the Phillies-Padres game in sunny San Diego. Round-trip airfare, deluxe hotel accommodations, and meals are all included. But hey, you can't win if you don't enter at any participating Jiffy Lube before June 30th. And so Greg McMichael is history as he gets nobody out here after pitching very well, and Darren Dalton with a base hit up the middle.
Nice piece of hitting. You see where the pitch was. Sanders quickly gets the ball, and Larry Bowa having to hold Joe Millette. I wasn't sure if Joe got a good jumper on that, but with no outs, why take a chance? You've still got bases loaded. They have to pitch to the next batter. They have to throw strikes, and we have a new pitcher on the mound. Mark Wohlers.
Mark Wohlers, a big guy, 6'4", 207-pounder, just 23 years of age, out of Holyoke, Massachusetts. Braves 10th round selection in the June 1988 draft. And they've been waiting for Wohlers to come on and pitch well for him. He's come back from Richmond he came back on June 4th. 10 strikeouts, no walks, and 7 innings pitched thus far. At Richmond, 1-3, 4 saves, an ERA of 1.84. Incaviglia's had a miserable afternoon off John Smoltz, who just buried him with breaking balls all day. Struck him out 3 times. He now faces the right-hander Wohlers. The infield remains in with nobody out. And Incaviglia backs off a fastball inside, ball 1. Eisenreich on deck.
Incaviglia is probably glad that Smoltz is out there after seeing all those breaking balls all day long.
John Smoltz is so tough on right-handed batters, as he was again this afternoon. Had a little control trouble, but he hung in there and pitched very well. Incaviglia swings through a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Incaviglia. Wohlers is a hard baller.
Yes, he is. Fastball, slider, split finger. Fastball clocked over 92 miles an hour. He just lets it fly. There you see the grand slams that Pete has had in his career,
including the one National League one. We had it here on Prism for you of Chris Nabholz of Montreal. 1-1 to Inky. Low and outside, 2-1. Base runners now have Joe Millette on at third base. Kruk, the runner, at second.
Wohlers' problems earlier in the year was the fact that he throws so hard. Sometimes he would try to pump up and throw even harder, and he lost a lot of control. They've got him to slow his velocity down a little bit just to throw strikes.
Fouled away into the stands. So Incaviglia now even in the count at 2-2.
The only good thing about slowing down Wohlers is the fact that his fastball is straight, as Incaviglia pitched inside a little bit, wasn't really able to get around on it, get that top hand over. Might have even broken his bat as he goes back for another one. When you get a guy that throws the ball over 90 miles an hour, you got to be quick.
He chipped it is what he did. There's a piece of being handed the bat boy down there by the home plate umpire Jeff Kellogg. A little chip came off the bat, so Incaviglia had to go get some new lumber. Stanton and Merker have been in this series. Stanton's the closer. Merker pitched last night. Those are the 2 left-handers for Bobby Cox in his bullpen. Neither are up at this time.
Incaviglia deep in the box. You can see his back foot on the line.
And Wohlers has run out the string now. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out and the bases loaded. Incaviglia with runners in scoring position. He has 47 runs batted in this year with 49 hits.
I guess you could say this is power against power, huh?
Well, you don't think he's going to get a slider, that's for sure. With a left-handed hitter, you never know in this game. I mean,
Well,
nothing's a given.
Even
but
if he does, it's going to be in the 80s,
yeah.
you know.
If you're a hitter, I wouldn't think you'd get a breaking ball here.
I got to think you'd be looking heater all the way here.
3 balls and 2 strikes to him. The pitch. Walked in ball 4, and the Braves are killing themselves in this inning with walks. Millette trots home with another run. The Phillies lead it 4-1 on a bases-loaded walk issued by Mark Wohlers.
Boy, that hurt. That hurt. You're bringing a guy that's supposed to throw hard and throw strikes against a right-hander, and he walks in and runs. Steve Bedrosian now starts to warm up. Remember Steve Bedrosian, former Philly?
Cy Young Award winner.
Yes, he was.
For the Phils.
Back in the late 80s, he won the Cy Young.
Jim Eisenreich with that hitting streak on the line. He has hit in 12 straight. He hit a shot with the bases loaded his last time up. The infield remains up, and he swings and misses. Bedrosian winning that Cy Young Award in 1987 in the closest balloting ever. He won it by 2 points over Rick Sutcliffe. Had 40 saves.
Boy, that is close. Just by 2 ballot votes. Wow.
No balls and a strike to Eisenreich. Outside. Batiste waits on deck. Braves have had to play their infield up for a long time now. As we look at Batiste, they haven't wanted to play in double play depth and concede a run on a double play. But a bases loaded single by Dalton, bases loaded walk to Incaviglia have given the Phils a couple more. Eisenreich has a chance to really break it open here. 2-1. Phillies only have 4 hits in the game. 4 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. The Braves with a run on 6 hits, and they have committed 2 errors. Both of them very costly.
And Atlanta came into the game today leading the National League in fielding. They only have 43 errors on the year.
Eisenreich, a base hit to center field. 1 run scores. Bo is waving Dalton around. The throw goes into third. 6-1 ball game in favor of the Phillies, and Eisenreich is hitting 13 straight.
Well, Eisenreich just makes it so simple. His philosophy on hitting is look, see, hit, run. I mean, it can't be any simpler than that. Boa does a good job in sending Dalton. Sanders with not a very strong arm from center field, and Dalton, one of the better running catchers in baseball today. Boa had him going on the way, and Phillies quickly scored 2 more runs and are up in this game 6-1.
Phillies have not lost a series at home this year. They're 1-1 coming into this one, and now they lead it 6-1. Batiste the batter, and now the infield a double play depth for Atlanta. Pitch is way outside, and a great play by Olson.
And of course, a mark that is really stands out like a big red light bulb. It's the fact that no pitcher has ever thrown a complete game against the Phillies nor shut them out. So
Mariano Duncan had a 13-game hitting streak earlier this year for the Phillies. Eisenreich has tied that, and that's also Jim's career high. Foul away off the hands behind home plate. So the Phillies have struck for 4 runs here in the 7th inning. Still nobody out. There is Eisenreich, who had that other 13-gamer in 1989. Eisenreich hit a ball just like that his last time up with him loaded.
A little too low, though.
Yeah, and it was caught by the shortstop Blauser. This time the infield was all the way up, and he just lined it over everybody's head.
He makes it so simple the way he hits. He just looks, sees, swings, hits.
They'll go for 2 here. Oh, Pendleton bobbled it, and they lost the double play. That was a dead double play ball, bobbled by Terry Pendleton. So the Phillies have runners at the corners now with just 1 out and a chance to get more with Morandini.
This is just one of those days for the Braves. You can see Pendleton, as he caught the ball, he looked up towards second to get his bearings. He really didn't have a hold of the ball, and you can see the ball fumble around and come out of his glove. Consequently, that takes the double play away. Now the Phillies have the chance to score a run by just making it out.
Talked about how long it had been since the Braves bullpen had given up an earned run. Well, McMichael is charged with 4 of them. So that note is history. That was a heck of a run by Atlanta's pen up until this afternoon. The runner at third is Waller's responsibility, and a base hit for Mickey Morandini. Incaviglia trots home, and it's a 7-1 ball game in favor of the Phillies, and they have blown this baby wide open here in the 7th.
Well, Morandini not wasting much time, had his problems today. You can see him choking up on the bat. That fastball ran right back over the middle of the plate. A terrible pitch by Wohlers, who was very upset with himself. He wanted that pitch on the outside part of the plate. It came right back over the middle, and Morandini promptly lined it to center. Bobby Cox on the mound.
And the fans are doing the tomahawk chop. Little self-deprecating humor here, huh? Well, Philadelphia fans are getting into it. The Fanatic leads it. Mark Wohlers is going to throw his temper in the dugout. 7-1 Phils. We'll be back with after more.
Do Texaco food marts really have everything?
Oh, they have gum, cheese, candy.
Many reasons I come to Texaco.
Chips, cereals, nice people.
There are many reasons. You want it, they got it. If they don't have it, you don't need it.
Isn't that candy that pulls pride?
Did I skip something?
Visit your Texaco station and food mart for unbeatable System 3 gasoline.
Pop comes here for System 3, and I come here for Pop. Right, Mom?
And just about everything else.
I'd recommend it to anybody. And I would, too.
Let's say you want a well-equipped 6-passenger car for under $13,000. Look into Dodge Spirit. With the right package, you can get one with options like air conditioning, speed control, and more. And right now, you'll get it all with at least $1,000 cash back, making it the lowest priced 6-passenger car you can buy for only $12,625. Meaning whether you buy, lease, or just want to look, Spirit is a logical choice. See your nearest Dodge dealer today. We know how to help.
Hey, Phillies fans, bring 4 Leaf candy wrappers and the completed offer certificate to the Phillies ticket office and receive a 600-level reserve ticket to any Phillies home game in the month of July. Leaf candy brands include Milk Duds, Jolly Rancher Candies, Payday, Heath Bar, and Green Blow Gum. Look for details at Veterans Stadium, wherever Leaf candies are sold. Tickets subject to availability, void where prohibited. Our old friend The Rock, Steve Bedrosian, comes into the ballgame. There you see the numbers on Bedrosian, who's only allowed 1 earned run in his last 14 games. Left-handed hitters hitting just 143 against the former Cy Young Award winner, who was out of baseball for a while. One of his boys was very ill, and happy to report Cody, his son, is doing much better now. Bedrock wanted to get back into the game this year, and here he is as the Fanatic hangs out on the dugout with Mariano Duncan, who started the ball game and then had to leave, we figure, with a reoccurrence of his hamstring problem. Phillies have batted around here in the 7th inning and scored 5 runs. They have 2 on with 1 out for Ben Rivera, who's looking to win his 7th game of the year. Rivera a little late on that one.
Big Ben a little overmatched for that fastball.
Ben is struck out, walked and scored. Then he thought he had a base hit his last time up, took his base hit turn, but Lemke fielded the ball behind second and then threw him out at first. He ran a little down and out. There's a wild pitch. Boy, the Braves, who are the good defensive team, can't do anything right in this inning, and everything's working for the Phillies as the runners move up on the wild pitch by Bedrosian.
Wow. Olsen didn't even have a chance on that one.
And here they come in again. Well, the Atlanta infielders have been in a lot this inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Rivera, who gives Kellogg a little look. Don't do that, Ben. You got to go back out there.
How about a quick hello to a longtime Philly fan, Marlon Myers.
Ben crouching. Bedrosian wanted to know where that was, and it's 2-2. On deck is Dykstra, who started it all off with his 3rd walk of the game. Lenny 3 for 3 today, or 1 for 1 with 3 walks and 2 more runs scored. There's the dude getting ready to come up next. Off the press box and back into the crowd, and a great catch by a fan with a glove. Guy brought his glove and it worked. Boy,
Hey,
is he
partner,
happy.
How many walks do you think have scored today of those?
Well, 5 of them.
5
out of 7.
5 out of 7. They say that's a pitcher's nightmare. That's a manager's one too. Rivera looks at this one way outside.
Yeah, now it's 3-2 on him.
5 of the 7 walks that the Braves pitchers that have issued today have come around to score.
Make it 8 walks because Waller's walked a batter. So it's 8 walks for them. Make it 9. Oh, this is a nightmare for the Atlanta pitching staff, and Cleo Mazzoni and Bobby Cox, their manager. There they are standing there wondering like, whoa, where did it all go wrong today? Phillies have batted around, and Rivera has walked twice in this game, and they're loaded again. There's the Leno meter out there. That's pretty neat. Lenny up to 285. His season high has been 288. Phillies with a bat around here in the 7th inning. Lenny has them loaded. Phillies lead it 7-1. Bedrosian's pitch. Dykstra popped it up. Olsen, somebody has a play. Pendleton grabs it, and Dykstra really upset at himself as he popped that ball right up the chute. The third baseman grabbed it, 2nd out of the inning. And here comes Joe Millette, who was on a sacrifice error on the pitcher McMichael that really opened the floodgates in this inning.
That was a big play because that's supposed to be just a routine out, get the guy out. And it really turned into backfire for the Braves.
Phillies have 5 runs in this inning on 3 hits. Braves pitching have now walked 9 batters. Joe Millette, his 2nd at bat of the inning. Millette, a 200 hitter at 2 for 10. Bedrosian, good fastball, throws it by him.
Bedrosian, one of the, as we look at Jay Howell, one of the few pitchers that wear his pants up where the old timers used to wear, that they show the color of the socks.
That Rusty Staub look.
Yeah. I said, you know why Rusty wore his pants that high? Because he didn't want to have to go down and try and hit that low ball. So he wanted the umpires to give him the break on the strike zone. That's what he told me. He said he used to wear his pants up around his knees so he could catch a couple of pitches. There's a nice slider called for a strike on Millette. Bedrosian fastball, which sinks, and a slider. It was actually pretty good. Tries to keep everything down. Primarily a ground ball pitcher.
At one time, a tremendous high fastball power pitcher when he was with the Phillies. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Millette. It's outside. 2-2 to Joe. Batiste at third base. Morandini at 2nd. Ben Rivera on at 1st. Phillies with 5 runs in the inning and now lead it 7-1. Sending their 11th man to the plate here in the 7th inning. And Millette fouls it back, stays alive. There are the base runners. Batiste, Morandini, and Big Ben Rivera. Go again, and for the first time the runners will be off. Phillies have had the bases loaded a lot this inning. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There they go, and the pitch, he walked it. Braves walk in another run in this inning, and the Phillies lead it 8-1. Wow.
They'll be glad to get out of town today, I think. It's one of those day games.
Look at Bobby Cox. Walk number 10 issued by his pitching staff.
Well, the only thing we haven't seen today really has been a home run. Chris, Phillies with 27 homers in their day games, 13-5 on day games during the course of the season.
And here's Kruk, who's walked twice today. Grounded out, lived on an error. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. Kruk walked earlier in the inning and scored a run. Phillies now with 6 runs in this inning on 3 hits. There's the 6th spot, and they're still batting. This is batter number 12. Little tapper. Olsen on it. Flips to first, and the inning is finally over. It was an ugly one for Atlanta and a beautiful one for the Phillies. 6 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 left. Phillies lead at 8-1 after 7.
This is your world, genuine and true, working together in all that you do, and you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
Yeah, how far away do you think I can get in 72 hours?
I wouldn't trust my car past the city limits.
For the way you travel today more than ever, the Smart Money is on budget. Plan a great getaway by giving Budget a call. You'll get great rates on great cars. The Smart Money is on budget.
Nipper and Chipper show us what the RCA home theater with SRS sound looks like. Now they show us what it feels like. Looks like, feels like. Looks like, feels like. Any questions?
RCA Home Theater products at Bryn Mawr Stereo, where we sell Goosebumps.
Here's the scoring summary of the ball game this afternoon. The Phillies with that big 6-run 7th inning lead it by a score of 8-1. Darren Daulton up to 59 runs batted in. Matt Williams leads the league with 63. Ben Rivera 7 very strong innings. He's yet to walk a batter now in 2 consecutive outings. 10 walks issued today by the Atlanta Braves pitching.
Well, Chris, with the score 2-1 and Jim Fregosi being the Italian guy that he is, called on some divine intervention to help get his team over the hump of only being ahead by 1 run. And there you see the Philly fanatic dancing with those lovely ladies. And right away you notice the Phillies quick 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th. So I guess they know what it takes.
Guess the nonsense must be back in town, huh? It's a great play. There's Jim Fregosi still wearing that jacket. We got a security guard around here named Joey Jacket, so you know down in down in our area down there. And he wears a jacket all the time too. The 2 of them are both nuts.
Well, at least it's not as humid as it has been in the past. Today, at least a little breeze.
Well, Jim's wearing it.
This is
out
lucky
of superstition,
jacket,
right? He will be tested before this year is over, wearing that jacket all year. He's going to have to burn that baby. Dion, the batter. Sanders is 0 for 3. He's flied out, grounded out twice, once to second and once to short. Phillies 8, Braves 1 in the 8th.
It's not that jacket I'm worried about. It's those underwear.
They didn't change them either. Huh?
Doesn't change them either.
Phillies looking to win their 50th game of the year if they can hold the Braves off here and go 29 games over 500 for the first time in the season. There's a base hit for Deion Sanders, his first hit of the ball game. And the Braves, believe it or not, have now out-hit the Phillies.
And if the Phillies hold on to win this game, they will tie the record of the team back in 1976, who at that particular time, when the Phillies had a record of 50-21, the best ever in 71 games.
Jeff Blauser, the batter, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Phillies have just announced they will hold a news conference this afternoon, approximately 1/2 hour after the game, to announce contract extensions for Lee Thomas and Jim Fregosi, which of course are richly deserved.
I'll second that motion. In fact, he might be looking at Lee Thomas with his sly moves over the course of this past winter to get general manager of the year.
Breaking ball from Big Ben. He gets it over. That's a ball and a strike now on Blauser.
And of course, if the Phillies hold on to capture the divisional title, as we see Lee Thomas right there looking over probably scouting reports, and he also keeps score during the game so he can refer back to it. But if the Phillies are able to hold on and win their Eastern Division title, you probably see a guy by the name of Jim Fregosi, Chris, get manager of the year, taking a team from last to first.
Ben Rivera with 104 pitches, swing and a miss by Blauser. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, both of them obviously would be serious contenders for those awards if the season continues at this rate. But a long way to go as we are in June, and the Phillies rolling along right now, coming into play today with a 9.5 game lead over the Cardinals, who will play tonight at Florida and trying to win here this afternoon against Atlanta. Low and in the dirt.
Kind of reminds me of that old tune I once heard, June's busting out all over.
Phillies are in the midst of having their 3rd consecutive winning month. And everybody around here knows that hasn't happened much in the last 10 years. Deion Sanders, a leadoff base runner, a 2-2 count now on Blauser. The crowd has been roaring all afternoon with stuff that's been going on here. Now they're kind of quiet, just waiting to see what happens. Huge crowd, hasn't been announced yet. Blauser jam, fouls it back.
We've had a lot to cheer about, and it's been hasn't been a hot, humid day. It's been kind of a breezy day, which has made it very nice.
There we look at the crowd.
Look at that. People all the way up into the top row of the upper deck here at the Vet, including our illustrious Mayor Ed Rendell, in attendance tonight after conducting some business earlier this morning.
Breaking ball fouled away right side.
And as you mentioned too, Chris, earlier, he is happy as a kid in a toy store with almost the completion of that new convention center. Raring to go. He's all excited about it.
Yeah, well, that's been a big step for the city for a long time, and it's close now. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Blauser. In and out of the glove of Dalton, a foul tip. And a new supply of baseballs for the home plate umpire Kellogg. Braves are 40-32 coming into the game today. 18-16 at home, which is very poor for them. And 22-17 on the road. That's one of their problems, is they're only 2 over 500 at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, where they've dominated teams the last couple years. Outside. And Rivera's run a 3-ball count for the 3rd time today on Blauser. The other 2 times he did it, Blauser got base hits on him. Nobody up in the Phillies bullpen as of yet. Rivera has a 7-run lead here in the 8th inning, but there's nobody out.
Well, the one good thing is he's making him hit the ball. Rivera's had a problem earlier in the year with walks. Today he's pitched very well. Hasn't walked anybody yet.
Fly ball right field. Eisenreich says he has it. He runs it down, 1 away. Good play by Eisenreich. It seems like every time he has a chance to catch a ball, he's going to get it. Well, tonight on Prism, here's a funny movie called Hot Shots. If you've seen the summer hit Hot Shots Part 2 in the theater, then stay home tonight to see where the adventure began in the original sequel-spawning comedy hit Hot Shots. Charlie Sheen and Lloyd Bridges star. Tonight at 8 o'clock on Prism, the only place to be for the summer of '93. You got to see Lloyd Bridges in that movie.
Oh,
He is
I'm
really
going
funny.
home to watch that one. I'm going to order my Muggsy's cheesesteaks and right to the room.
Dykstra, a long run to deep center field, runs down Pendleton's fly ball, 2 down. Ben Rivera looks like he's in one of those here it is, hit it modes, which is the way to go right now with a big lead.
Of course, when you got a 7-run lead, you don't want to see any walks. You don't want to go deep in the count, make him hit the ball. He went 3-2 on Blauser, but he made him hit it. When you make him hit it, you got 8 teammates out there that are willing to help get it out. And Dykstra did a nice job on looking and finding the fence and center as he picked up the ball. It's very bright today. We've seen the outfielders have a little problem with the high fly balls. A lot of guys using glasses today.
David Justice, the batter. That's a foul tip.
Boy, he is.
Sanders will have to come back. He has struggled in key
Yeah,
spots
timing
today.
is way off.
2 strikeouts Rivera's gotten on him, both times with men on base, 2 men on base, in fact, on breaking balls in the dirt.
And there he really didn't want to swing at that pitch. He tried to check and the ball hit his bat. I mean, and that's not anywhere near the strike zone, especially for this guy.
Saw Kruk playing off Sanders at first, taking the hole away, with the Phillies having a big lead and a pull hitter like Justice up. They play him to pull in the infield and the other way in the outfield. Morandini's about 10 feet behind the line at second. In shallow right field for Justice. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls and a strike on Dave.
And for the Braves to really be a serious contender to the Giants, because the Giants have showed no signs of faltering. Justice and Sanders both have to start hitting. They have good pitching. Their defense is doing a good job, but they need to get some more offensive attack, and these 2 guys have to start.
Fouled that off his foot. The Giants right now out in California, their people have to be going to lunch right now thinking, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
We got a chance to pick up a full game night. They presently lead Atlanta by 7.5 games at game time. 8 in the loss column, maybe 9 by the time this is over. The Dodgers are 9.5 out. Also 8 in the loss column to the Giants.
The Dodgers have bounced back a long way.
Oh, they looked awful when we saw them early in the year. Then they had that long winning streak.
Right.
Like
10 in a row. 10 or no, 11. It's 11.
Mike Piazza, they had 11-game winning streak, but Mike Piazza, the kid from Norristown, has really brought them along. He's done a great job.
Yes, he has. His father, Vince, kind of has mixed feelings, I guess, when the Phillies come. When the Dodgers come back here and play the Phillies.
There goes Sanders, and the ball is fouled as he's running on the 3-2 count with 2 outs. Ben Rivera pitching into the 8th inning.
How about the Mets? They hired Joe McIlvaine today.
They did hire him?
They hired Joe McIlvaine today. That's what I heard. And he'll be back at the helm. Dallas Green made it very explicit and clear to the people he did not want the front office job. And so McIlvaine will be back at the helm, guiding the Mets, hopefully, to better tidings.
There is the first walk issued by Ben Rivera in his last 2 starts as he walks Justice on a 3-2 pitch. Ben has 7 strikeouts, and now the bullpen starts to stir. Ben's longest outing of the year was 8+ innings in a win over Cincinnati on the 2nd of this month. That was a game where he struck out a season high and career high 9. Here comes Johnny Padres out to the mound to have a talk with him.
We now hear the attendance. What a job Padres has done.
Wow, 57,903, the 3rd largest crowd at the Vet this season. Opening day, and of course Sunday's crowd 58,058.
What do you think the maximum people you could put in this stadium? 62, 63?
Phillies are lucky enough to get to the LCS. We'll find out, because they'll squeeze them in every little spot.
I would guess if without a comp, and there are roughly, what, 2,000 comps today sometimes, you know, on big games like this, they probably could get close to 63.
Yeah, there used to be a lot more seats in here, but they added the extra scoreboards up high in the outfield.
Right.
And of course the new skyboxes along the top took away some seats here.
So if they fill every skybox, every super box.
There's David West and Larry Anderson starting to throw.
We could see 63,000 people.
Batiste gets a tough short hop and makes the play to second. Batiste has really played well at third base.
Yes.
In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 8-1 Phils after 8.
We know how to help you save on the truck you want during Dodge Truck Month. Take this roomy Dodge Dakota Club Cab. You can get $500 cash back, plus over $2,600 worth of equipment like air, stereo cassette, speed control, and cast aluminum wheels at no extra charge. During Dodge Truck Month, we're going to help you save. Your Dodge dealer. We know how to help.
I work Saturdays and Sundays. It's not a job. It's a dedication. I don't think you can teach someone to tune. You just got to practice until it's natural, just like breathing. There seems something mystic about it. So much beauty comes out of music.
Mellon PSFS, you're why we do our very best.
In the summer of '93, only one channel will bring you exciting, fist-pumping, first-place Phillies action. And over 100 star-studded, critically acclaimed, blockbuster, commercial-free movies. Prism, the only channel with exclusive Phillies home games and over 100 movies a month. It's the only place to be in the summer of '93.
It's Phillies Dream Week time again. Your chance to have a great time with the pros in February in Clearwater, Florida. They have 2 weeks, but guess what? The first week is already sold out. So don't miss out on the second week. They put you up in a beautiful hotel on the beach. All you have to do is call that phone number right there on your screen. Norm Amster and Kenny Bick waiting with bated breath by the phone. Last year we had a ball at Lazinski, Taylor, Tacovey, Boa, Hebner, Wheeler. I mean, all kinds of people down there having a great time. But it is a lot of fun, folks. So if you get a chance and you want something really exciting to do, come on down to Dream Week with us, because it's just a great time, a lot of fun, and besides, you can get the heck out of the snow here in February.
Bill Picotta will play third base now for the Braves. Rafael Belliar, the veteran, moves in to play shortstop. And on the mound, another veteran, right-hander Jay Howell. There you see the numbers on the right-hander with a good curveball. Philly saw a lot of him when he was with Los Angeles.
Big curveball.
Pitcher number 5 used by Bobby Cox, John Smoltz, Greg McMichael, Mark Wohler, Steve Bedrosian. And now to Jay Howell. Darren Dalton is 2 for 3 today with a couple of runs batted in, numbers 58 and 59. He will lead off here in the 8th inning. Phillies lead the game 8-1. David West is continuing to throw in the Phillies bullpen. That could be it for Ben Rivera after 8 innings. Phillies have an off day tomorrow. Fregosi may be wanting to get an inning of work for West. Dalton with a drive to deep left center. Back goes Gant at the wall, and he grabs it right at the wall in front of the Giants logo. One away. The wind really took that ball. Looked like it pushed it.
Yes, it pushed it. Actually, it pushed it in, because we see the flags as Dalton really has a hefty swing. But we look at the flags in left field. They're blowing towards right field, right center. And that ball was held up, as you can see. The left fielder, Gant, making the play. Look at the flag. That flag is blown directly in across the field to right field, and any ball up in the air is going to be held up, and Dalton's was.
Beating Cavilla, the batter. Cavilla takes a breaking ball inside. I think he struck out his first 3 times up against Smoltz, who struck out 10, and then walked with the bases loaded off Wohlers in the 7th and got an RBI, number 48. Over for a strike. On deck is Eisenreich, and Jim has extended his hitting streak to 13. 8-6-2 Phils, 1-7-2 Atlanta in the 8th inning. Been some talk around town that you know, people figure this stuff out to the minutia. You know, well, the Phillies are playing this against the Giants and this against the Expos and this against the Braves, and they're good teams, so that means the Phillies aren't that good, and they won't win any playoffs if they get it. You know, all this stuff. So now maybe they have a chance to win 2 out of 3 from the Braves and quiet some of that down for a while. You know, it's all really.
Well, let's just say I'd rather be 50-50 against those teams with a 10.5 game lead than playing better against those teams and be 1 game or 2 games out.
It really doesn't matter. You try to win your division, and then
That's
you see
right.
who you're going to play. Incaviglia beats it foul third base side. It's just a little bit overreacting.
Well, anytime you start wondering what's going to happen until after the All-Star break, you got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, you look at the All-Star break and see where you are, and then you have a pretty good idea. And the Phillies have a very tough road after the All-Star break, a long coast trip, including 4 out at San Francisco and 3 with the improved Dodgers. Incaviglia, towering fly ball to left. Gant, here he comes again. He says he has it, and this one he does. Gant dropped one earlier for a key 2-base error. On a ball hit by Kruk, the crowd's on him out there in left field. Incaviglia out, 2 out here in the 8th, and here comes Eisenreich to a nice hand. Those RBIs by Eisenreich, numbers 24, 25. What a solid player Eisenreich is. His batting average is actually .344. Coming into the game today, Eisenreich was at .347. He is 1 for 4. Now you see that 13-game hitting streak and what he's done during it. Kim Batiste is on deck, and he has extended his hitting streak to a modest 6. Doing a good job filling in for Hollins. The Phillies looking forward to getting him back, but it'll still be a good while.
You know, it is amazing. Sometimes a key player goes down, and then you've got a player like Batiste who has struggled early in the year, Chris. He hasn't really found his niche yet, hasn't hit well, gets a chance to play every day for a couple of weeks and really finds himself. And I think that's what the Phillies are finding out now about Kim Batiste.
Well, for a guy who's never played much third base, he's excelled down there. He's played it better than he has shortstop, his normal position.
Well, he's also developing a lot of confidence in himself as a player and a hitter. And we've seen him now starting to hit the ball much better. And you're going to see a much improved Kim Batiste after Dave Hollins comes back. And, of course, that gives Jim Fregosi another tool, another body off the bench.
Well, Eisenreich adds to his total. Cut off nicely by Gann, and Eisenreich will stay at first with another base hit. Hit number 7 in the ball game for the Phillies. The hits are even in the game, but the Phillies lead it by 7 at 8-1. Figure that.
Well, that's because 6 of the 9 or 10 walks that the Braves pitchers have given up have scored.
Batiste on a 1-for-4 game. A hit off the glove of third baseman Terry Pendleton, who has since left the ball game. Pacoda playing third now. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck is Morandini. Phillies 8, Braves 1. We're in the 8th inning. 57,903 tickets sold for this one today. As the ball is fouled back by Batiste, it's 1-1 on Kim.
You see how Jay Howell uses his curveball. He likes to start out batters early with a fastball and then primarily rely on that curveball. That's his best pitch, is a big breaking curveball. And the right-hand batters, he'll come with a fastball inside short, then go away with the breaking ball.
Batiste tries a check on a breaking ball and can't. It's 2-2 on Kim. Kim's average now at .312 with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. Hung a breaking ball there, and he hit it hard. They'll go to second. Pacoda to Lemke, and that's the final out of the 8th inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're heading to the 9th. Phil's ahead, 8-1.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
It says Bell of Pennsylvania on the front.
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell a genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The genuine Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
The Phillies take on the West in 7 big games. First, 3 with the Dodgers, Monday, July 5th, Tuesday, July 6th, and Wednesday, July 7th, all at 7:35. Followed by 4 against the Giants with Bonds, Clark, and Williams. Thursday, July 8th, and Friday, July 9th at 7:35. Saturday, July 10th at 3 o'clock. And then all kids 14 and under get a free batting practice jersey Sunday, July 11th at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You know he's not perfect, but on certain days in his life, he has been. The night he poured in 63 points, the time he crushed 3 home runs in the World Series, the day he found Dwight Clark in the end zone. And you wish at some point, at some moment in your life, you could be that perfect too. And that's why you cheer for him. That's why you believe in heroes.
Well, not a whole lot of activity going on in Major League Baseball. Up at Shea Stadium, New York, Larry Walker just hit a 2-run home run, his 8th of the year, and the Mets go ahead of the Expos go ahead of the Mets 4-2. Jay told you that Joe McElvain's the new GM. There you see all the games later on today in the National League. And one game underway in the American League. Frank Thomas, his 14th of the year, a 2-run homer. The White Sox lead Texas 5-1. That game in the 4th. Rest of the AL action all under the lights. The new pitcher for the Phillies will be the left-hander David West. West has done a terrific job for the Phillies this year. An off-season pickup for Mike Hartley out of Minnesota. There are the numbers on West. Look at his strikeouts and innings pitched. 40 strikeouts in 35 innings.
This will be Brian Hunter.
Brian Hunter will come out and bat for Sid Breen. Hunter, a right-handed batter. Batiste, another good play as he charges it, fires to first, got Hunter on one pitch here in the 9th inning.
Usually when you're down by 7, you take a strike, but maybe they do things a little different sometimes. That pitch didn't look like it was really a very good pitch to hit, a high fastball.
And Greg Olson, the batter, the catcher, is 0 for 3. Popped up, struck out, grounded out. Ben Rivera, 8 innings, 7 hits, 1 unearned run, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. There's the big guy from the Dominican, as Mariano Duncan likes to call him, my homeboy. And Ben, a super personality on this ball club, on his way to winning his 7th game and going 2-0 lifetime against Atlanta, his former club, in 4 outings. Fouled away. Hung in there when the game was close. He had a couple of tough jams he had to get out of. He did it, and then the Phillies broke it open in the 7th inning for him.
Well, thanks to manager Jim Fregosi for bringing that divine intervention in to dance on the Phillies dugout.
Cast of nonsense here a little earlier. You knew they were from nonsense when you looked down and saw them drinking beers in those habits.
I didn't think that looked a little strange.
No, I didn't think they were from St. Anastasia's or something. Fouled out of play down the left field line.
Well, you know, the new order.
Not that new.
Oh, okay. Well, I know they're trying to change things. Being Catholic and all, I've attended the church several times, and they tried to make some changes recently.
2 balls and 2 strikes now on Olson, with Lemke waiting on deck. Phillies trying to get this one in the win column. If they do, and it appears they're on their way to that, they will be 50-21. 50 wins already for them, and 29 games over 500, as that fan has a souvenir. Their high water mark of the season. Base hit center field for Olson, as Lenny Dykstra picks it up. Former New York Met farmhand getting a base hit off another New York Met farmhand, and it played by a New York Met guy, Lenny Dykstra.
Speaking of the Mets, if you're Anthony Young and you're 0-23, when do you say it's time to change?
It's up to the manager, huh?
I mean, but you know, after when you get to be 0-23, you gotta, the funny farm's gotta be not too far away. You gotta, you're looking over your shoulder a lot. You're concerned about it. The poor kid thinks about it. But when you're 0-23, it's time to do something different.
Lemke hits it towards left center, a long running Cavilla. He won't get there. It'll bounce off the wall. Olson coming to third, and Jimmy Williams will hold him. So the Braves have a little 2-out rally now, and Francisco Cabrera will come out and bat for Howell on the double by Lemke. Here comes Cabrera.
Lemke got a pitch that was about knee-high on the inside part of the plate. West wanted that pitch a little bit further inside, didn't quite get it there. But if all these guys could throw the ball exactly where they wanted all the time, they'd have to form another league.
Here's Cabrera, hit a home run in the upper deck last night off Danny Jackson. Cabrera at 4 for 22 as a pinch hitter with a run batted in. Fan favorite of the Atlanta Braves, obviously, for that big hit he got last year in the playoffs. It won it for him in the 9th inning. By the way, our next Prism telecast, Phils will be back for that makeup doubleheader against the San Diego Padres. We'll be on at 6:30, joining the first game in progress. The doubleheader begins at 4:35, so you might want to mark that down. 6:30, we will join that game in progress, and then bring you bonus coverage, of course, of the whole second game. That will be on Friday, July the 2nd. Phillies and San Diego.
Can't wait.
Fireworks afterwards.
Yeah. But tonight, though, Batman. Ooh. I'm going right back. Right back to the room.
It's one of the toughest jobs, I think. A pitcher comes in this kind of game. You know, there's really very little adrenaline. You have a 7-run lead, no save.
Well, the one thing you have to be concerned at is you have to have your concentration level up because you don't want to give up any runs, get your ERA up there. So I'm sure that's on his mind too. There's nothing wrong with walking this guy because now you set up the double play.
They're loaded. Second walk issued by Phillies pitching as Larry Anderson gets ready. And here comes Deion Sanders, and Johnny Padres will go out and have a talk with David West.
This guy Deion Sanders might be a little tough to double up. At least you got a force now on every base. Johnny Padres, probably one of the more underrated pitching coaches. People might, you know, they talk about different people and what a job he's done with this staff.
Johnny Padres with positive words for the most part when he goes out to talk to his pitchers, because he stood out there enough times to know that when someone comes out that talks to him, he knows that he hasn't been pitching real well. He doesn't need somebody to tell him that.
They didn't need to come out and talk to him too much in the 1955 World Series when he was the MVP.
And here is Sanders, 1 for 4 today. Got a base hit off Rivera last inning. Bases are loaded with 1 out in the 9th inning. And the Phillies lead at 8-1. The Braves have out hit them 9-7. And West misses with a breaking ball. Belliard is on deck. He replaced Blauser, and Pacoda is after that. He replaced Pendleton. Look out. West smokes Deion Sanders in the back, and he's all over the place. That's 8-2 as a run is forced in. Crowd cheers. They like that.
West wanted the ball inside. Obviously got a little bit too in. Sanders kind of doing a little two-step. You can see Deion. He had lifted that front foot, was looking for something out over the plate, and that ball's coming right at your coconut. Your eyes get a little bigger all of a sudden.
Here comes Fregosi. He's going to go to Larry Anderson. As David West comes in and tries to mop up and finish this one off and can't get it done. And West, who has pitched so well all year, will be leaving this game. As David West leaves the ball game and Larry Anderson comes on, we'd like to remind you at 7 o'clock on Sports Channel, the Reading Phillies will oppose the Canton Akron Indians. Double-A baseball. Larry Rosen will have the play-by-play, and Randy Stevens on color. That will be tonight at 7 o'clock on Sports Channel as Ben Rivera looks on and certainly wants to see Larry Anderson come in and get this over with as fast as possible so Rivera can enjoy his 7th win of the year as the Braves are kicking up a fuss here in the 9th inning.
Pretty much most of the crowd has still stayed with us today. A big crowd, 57,000 people.
Game coming up to just about the 3-hour mark right now. It started right around 3:30 or 12:39, 12:40. Here is Larry Anderson, the veteran right-hander. There's the time of day. And the numbers on Larry Anderson. Coming into game number 24. That's what he's done so far this year. Excellent walk strikeout ratio. 19 strikeouts, 21 1/3 innings. And he inherits a bases loaded jam here as David West has given up a run here in the 9th. They're loaded with 1 out. And Bobby Cox ran the white flag up the pole, you know, and took some of his regulars out. And now all of a sudden they have base runners and they have Belliard and Pacoda coming up instead of Blauser and Pendleton. There's Cox. Excellent manager, excellent general manager.
Been around.
Did a really good job when he was in the Toronto organization also.
He was a pretty good player until he was forced to retire at age 30 because of bad knees. Middle infielder.
And they haven't gotten any better. As you can see, Bobby, when he tries to walk out to the mound, the knees are still bothering him.
He was in the Dodge organization for a long time.
You know, boss, we're really sick, huh? Phillies fever. Okay.
Yeah, well, you can tell they're really struggling down there with the weather.
There's some people leaning forward, catching a few rays as they watch Anderson warm up.
It is funny. We probably see more people out here today with suits and ties on than we have since our last business person special. There's a Philly fan enjoying yourself.
And we're ready to go as Larry Anderson has completed his warm-up tosses. Here comes Belliard. He doesn't play that much. He only has 29 at-bats on the year, batting at .207. He's been in 45 games. He comes in for defense sometimes as Blauser has taken over the #1 shortstop job. He's an opposite field hitter. Eisenreich is very shallow and right and over towards the line, and they've moved Dykstra over to right center, and now Incaviglia way over. So you see that outfield alignment. Mitch Williams is starting to throw in the Phillies bullpen just in case. There is Mitch, who picked up a save last night. Phillies were hoping this game would be a no-brainer in the ninth, and now it's turned a little bit more than that, as the Phillies pitchers are having some control problem that's plagued Atlanta all afternoon.
Wow. Come on, guys. Ben Rivera still in the Phillies dugout, waiting to see the outcome of this game.
And it's 8-3 on a bases loaded walk issued by Anderson. The Phillies have hit a batter in this inning and walked the batter with the bases loaded to force in runs. And of course they're still loaded. And now here is Bill Pacoda. And then you start to get real serious because Justice and Gant are coming up.
You know, one swing can make this game very interesting.
Sure. 8-3 in favor of the Phillies for Pacoda. Anderson thought that was a strike. Kellogg said it was high. Phillies, of course, have the infield at double play depth. That was predictable. It's a hard game for the fans to get into right now. Chases a slider, and it's 1-2. On deck is Justice.
Anderson has a very quick biting slider, as you saw on the last pitch. Pacoda trying to hold up on that one, couldn't. This makes him so tough because he starts it just at the level of the strike zone, maybe at the knees, and it breaks out.
Pacoda got a big base hit down in Atlanta late in the ball game to beat the Phillies when the Phillies were down there. Count of 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bill Pacoda. 1 out in the ninth. Braves have 2 in, and they have the bases loaded. It's 8-3 Phillies. Another foul ball.
Has this been a long inning, or is it my imagination?
Yeah.
Wow.
It sure has. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pacoda. Outside, ball 2. Anderson ready with a 2-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Pacoda giving him a real good at bat.
Yes. What the Phillies infielders have to be careful of is when an inning goes long like this and the pitchers run deep in the count, 3-1, 3-2, walk some guys, sometimes you have a tendency to get back on your heels a little bit. You got to kind of snap yourself out of that and be ready to catch a ball somewhere.
Oh, my. That's why you qualify everything you say. If you go to 50 and 20, if you go to 29, this game is amazing. Try to get those last 3 outs. There's Padres looking on. That's kind of a helpless feeling right now. Anderson needs to throw a strike here. He does, and he strikes him out.
Well, actually, he didn't.
Yeah, right. He swung at a bad pitch.
And that's the pitch that makes Anderson so tough, because he starts the ball, it goes out of the strike zone. And watch this. If you take that pitch, that probably would be called a ball. And Anderson does it so well. He starts it usually at the knees, just at the level of the strike zone where it breaks out of the strike zone, and a batter swings at it.
And here's Justice. Justice 0 for 3 today. And beats it foul first base side. Justice has not played in the first 2 games of the series. Back in action here today. On deck is Gant. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Looks like he has some kind of a wrap on his right elbow. Maybe his elbow, he might have hyperextended it, or he's got a little problem in there, a little muscle pull. But sometimes when you need that to use that elbow area, it might be bothering hitting, because we've seen him take some horrendous swings today.
Ben Rivera had him chasing a lot of breaking balls.
Sure did.
Count is 1 ball and 1 strike now on Justice.
You know, when you got a guy swinging at bad pitches like that, that's all you want to give him. You don't want to give him anything good to hit.
Fouls it off his body, and he'll walk it off. And now we get to 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now the crowd starts to sense maybe this one will end.
And knowing that hurt Justice, you can see that he's taken his time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Anderson come right back with the same pitch, maybe a little bit closer inside, using that slider that he uses so well. Anderson, mostly a lot of breaking balls, a lot of sliders.
1 and 2. A lot of people standing here at the end. Here's the pitch to Justice. Oh, he did come way inside and just missed.
He wanted to get in there. That's one of those, if you're going to swing at it, it's going to hurt like heck.
Take it and hope it's a ball, huh?
He just came just a little too far inside. If he'd have put that maybe 3 inches closer to the plate, you know Justice would have had to swing at it with 2 strikes.
2 balls and 2 strikes to David Justice. Here we go. Popped him up. Playable. Who wants it? Here comes Batiste down the line, and he squeezes it, and it's finally over. And the Phillies have won their 50th game of the year as they beat the Atlanta Braves by a score of 8-3. And here comes Big Ben Rivera, who picks up his 7th win of the year, richly deserved. 3 hours and 9 minutes, and we'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
From 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to right here in Pennsylvania, people are searching for new choices in health care.
The costs are strangling me.
Which inspired Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield to create the new personal choice.
Seems like you always have to give something up.
A health plan that gives people the benefits of an HMO.
No one has the right to tell me what doctor I can see.
Without asking them to give up their freedom. Personal choice, the health plan that controls costs, not people.
It's like a nightmare. I was scared, angry. But later I realized how lucky we were to be with Nationwide Insurance.
The robbery really devastated Don's family. Obviously, I got one of our claims people involved right away.
They were very supportive. They wrote us in advance and promised to get everything back to the way it was.
Being there and getting their life back to normal, that's what mattered most.
Nationwide is on your side.
If you want a roomy, comfortable V6 powered family van, and you want a double bonus discount on your new van, then see your Quality Plus Ford dealer now during Ford Truck Month. With a double bonus discount and cash back, you can now save $2,900 on Aerostar. Plus, you get 7-passenger seating and more towing capacity than Dodge Caravan. Hurry, Ford Truck Month. Ends soon. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck.
Kids 14 and under get a really neat mesh jersey free. Compliments of Model Sporting Goods when the Phillies take on Barry Bonds. Will Clark and the Giants Sunday, July 11th at 35. Call 463-1000.
There's your final this afternoon as the Phillies beat the Atlanta Braves in a score of 8-3. Kind of a sloppy game with 4 errors, lots of walks. But Ben Rivera dominated Atlanta for 8 innings. Right here, the game is 2-1. There's a runner at third base, and he strikes out David Justice for the 2nd time in the ballgame. Big Ben would walk 1 and strike out 7 and give up just 1 earned run. And for that outing today, he is our Texaco star of the game. There's the final, 8-3, and we'll be back, Jay and I, with the final word coming up right after this.
Can Texaco System 3 gasolines help reduce an engine's filthy deposits?
You know, it's no illusion. System 3 helps make filthy deposits.
What are y'all doing? Oh,
disappear.
where's my car?
All it took was System 3, and now my Bronco takes off like my Thunderbird.
System 3 really whipped those filthy deposits. Well, I love it when she talks like that.
When it comes to performance, in cars both new and old, you can count on every grade of Texaco System 3.
Where's my car?
Yo, Phillies fans, here's the pitch. You, the Phillies, San Diego. It's the Jiffy Lube Coca-Cola Phillies road trip. Go to Jiffy Lube and you could win an all-expense-paid trip for 4 to the Phillies-Padres game in sunny San Diego. Round-trip airfare, deluxe hotel accommodations, and meals are all included. But hey, you can't win if you don't enter at any participating Jiffy Lube before June 30th.
How about this Ford Ranger XLT? How about this Chevy S10 Tahoe pickup for $1,500 less? The XLT's got power steering. So's the S10. AM/FM stereo cassette. Sounds the same to me. Sliding rear window. Likewise. Plus, the S10 has more horsepower and 24-hour roadside assistance for $1,500 less with current incentives. Want to see our glove compartment? Check them out. It's your choice, America, but your local Chevy Geo dealers think there's really no comparison.
We know how to help you save on Dodge Caravan during the National Minivan Sale. Take this one. You can get over $1,800 in total savings, including air and no extra charge with the Family Value Package. Or check out this loaded Grand Caravan LE with $2,600 in total savings, including sale prices on some of our most popular luxury options. Only at the Minivan Store. See your nearest Dodge dealer. We know how to help.
Well, here's the summary on the ball game this afternoon. You see the Phillies broke it open with that big 6-run 7th inning. Wildness by the Braves pitchers really contributed to it, and they coast. Well, they didn't coast. They win 8-3. It looked a lot easier than it really was because the 9th inning got a little shaky. But Ben Rivera wins. He is 7-3. John Smoltz, the loser, under 500. Jim Eisenreich and Kim Baptiste extend their hitting streaks. Jay, coming into the game today, you know, a lot of people said, well, this isn't a good matchup for the Phillies. Ben Rivera is young. He's been wild. And John Smoltz, one of the best pitchers in the league. And the Phillies probably are going to have that home streak ended where they haven't lost a series here at the Vet since last August. But what a job by Big Ben Rivera this afternoon.
If you go just by numbers, you would say, well, Smoltz should probably win. But the Phillies play well at home. They play good day games here at the Vet, and they have an excellent record as far as batting averages and home runs here at the Vet. But what was Atlanta's downfall today was the fact that